Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I wanted to address the recent occurrences with Obama, because from my view, it appears like he's trying to scapegoat black men. The purpose of this space is to observe a theme that we've talked about earlier with respect to black men being targets, primary target number one in the system of white supremacy. And my question today is: are black men being scapegoated? Was that an attempt to scapegoat black men? What y'all think?
Yes. Yes, they were. And it doesn't have the sting that it has. It's only affecting some men in a certain way. Some men still sound a little bit scared, like, oh, they're trying to make us look bad. And, I can hear the whimpering, but most of them are like, and? Who are you to tell us who to vote for? We get to vote. That's why there's a curtain up. It's none of your business who we vote for. Okay? There's a curtain up because I can go in there and I can vote for Bozo the Clown if I want to. And it'll be my business, no one else's. They can't bully us into voting.
Well, here's the thing: they shame and bully foundational Black Americans, particularly Black men, in this little cycle. But why don't they do it to other groups? I've never seen um, the Democratic Party come after Indians. Believe it or not, in my circle of education, I'm running into a bunch of Eastern Indians who are not voting for Kamala Harris. Can y'all believe that?
Yeah, they've
Yes,
And
actually
they
been
don't
throwing a
like
lot of
her.
shade at her. Yeah.
well, why don't they come at them? Why are they picking at us? I have a theory. I'm gonna save it till we get more people in the room. I think my theory's right though.
Let me throw some theories out too. One of my
Come on.
theories is that a lot of people think we're slaves that you can just drag around and tell us what to
Yep.
do. That's theory number one. Theory number two is we vote in a block and these other people don't. So their votes are worthless. I will tell you right now, white people don't have a vote. Their vote is worthless. How do you have a vote if you vote down the center? You don't have a vote. Asian people do the same thing. They have low voter turnout and they split their votes. Latinos, same thing. They don't vote in a block. So the only people that vote in a block are us. We're going to be valuable. There's nothing they can do. There's no immigrant they're going to import. There's nothing. They can't get rid of us as long as we vote in a block. They're going to chase the block and try to get us to swing it over their way. They know these um these elections are sometimes decided by thousands of votes, and we're millions of people, so
Mm,
we are extremely valuable if we continue to vote as a block.
absolutely. Well, Wani, you kind of stole my thunder because that was my theory. Looking back at history, yeah, no, it's okay. You beat me to. I didn't anticipate you saying that, but Wani's theory is my theory. Looking back at history, um, foundational Black Americans were considered three-fifths a human being. Why was that? We were considered three-fifths a human being, so our votes could matter under the slave master who had us who had ownership over us. It was a voting thing. So what Wani just said, that's right. They want to use us. They're so used to using us as slaves, from a physical and intellectual perspective, that they're kind of like freaking out that we're not taking the bait. So yeah, they want to use us as slave vote, which is ridiculous. So who can does anybody I don't want to get the quote wrong. What exactly did Obama say about black men this last go around?
I'm going to summarize. He basically said, Pookie and Ray Ray, you're not acting
Oh my
right,
god.
and get your butts over there and vote. That was the feel of it.
Pookie
And
and
he
Ray Ray.
also said something about, he gave the impression that they were just jealous and didn't want a woman to be the president. All kind of stuff was pouring out of his dumb brain.
Well, we had a talk earlier about the grand plot of what appears to be going on. What appears to be going on is, and this is just my view, what I think I'm looking at is uh, these people, this cabal of power is trying to introduce some form of Marxism, some form of a Marxist government. And given that fact, I'm not scared. I'm just really aware of the scapegoating technique. Like you need somebody to be the fall guy. You know what I'm saying? And this got my attention. Usually, y'all have known me for 6 months or so now. When have I ever got involved with politics? I'm not political. I'm just a scholar. But this got my fucking attention because I'm a black man. Like that is setting us up, in my opinion. There's something called meta narrative framing. Like I was saying in my last space, psychological warfare is real complicated. Well, meta narrative framing, meta means small, like it's mental, metacognition. We're taught to, the best of teachers and professors teach you metacognition. What that means is to think about your thinking. You see, it got small. It's not think about what I told you, think about the way you think. It's real small, like almost quantum. Well, meta narrative framing is framing an idea on such a small level, that once that idea comes into fruition, or the anticipated event comes into fruition, you automatically make an assumption. What are you talking about? I'm talking about black men being set up on a meta narrative, a very small, suggestive premise that if the Harris, whatever the guy's name, Waltz or whatever his name, if the Harris campaign loses, it's black men's fault. um that's the way I'm viewing it. So in essence, Obama is putting a target on black men's
Hmm.
back, which is not
But who's
cool.
going to do anything about it? Are we going to have some soy boys with man buns chasing us around trying to beat us up? I mean, like, it's Democrats. What are they going to do? This would be
Right,
more
right.
effective if it was, if we were responsible for Republicans losing, and then you could say, oh no, they're going to get some Klan members to chase us around. Like, who's going to chase us around? Roland Martin?
That's a good
What?
point.
I don't care.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I see what you're saying, but like, still, I don't like my brothers to be targeted. Like, fuck that. Like, I'm not from that generation. But you mentioned, you said soy boy. Me and Nikki had a talk earlier about that. Like, this whole everything Francis Welsing, Dr. Welsing said is like coming into fruition. Like she said that the black men would be targeted and made, um her exact words are effeminate, like, but I'm gonna say less masculine, to protect, to weaken, so they can attack the black family. And by God, I'm looking at like a lot of my brothers, we not the same as we used to be. Are all of the alpha males locked up? What happened?
Yeah, there's definitely a crisis with, and I'm not trying to talk about black men because I'm not trying to join in on a Democratic plantation, but there's something that's definitely, I think it's something that is happening on a larger scale. It's a wider plan. It's something that the men aren't doing to themselves. It's something that's happening in the schools. It's something that's happening in environmentally in the water, in the air. It's in the food.
Mm-hmm. Multivectoral attack. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing that got my attention and kind of pushed me into this movement, it was 2002. Summer 2002, I was, one of my students wanted me to come watch her teach classroom. She's an elementary school teacher now, but you have to do a semester of student teaching before you can qualify to get licensed as an educator. It's a prerequisite. So she was teaching in the elementary schools in Fraser, a very low SES, socioeconomic status, black neighborhood, but a proud black neighborhood, because most of but the thing about this part of Fraser is a lot of those parents was married. You had a woman and a man in the house. They just worked blue collar jobs. They worked at the Nike, Nike is in Memphis. They work at the Nike plant. Well, anyway, I come to watch student teaching, and I noticed that the majority of the elementary school teachers were white females, overwhelming majority. But the way they got away with that is they had a black principal. You see the game? Well, anyway, noticed a pattern of like the white female teachers screaming bloody murder, thereby embarrassing any black male who showed any type of masculine traits. They weren't acting a fool. They weren't fighting. They just was talking with low registers, had their head up high. And I said, am I crazy, or are they trying to emasculate these little boys? I mean, taking them out in front of the class. I told you, why do you keep doing that? Like, why the fuck are you yelling at him like that? You know what I'm saying? And also noticed a pattern of the little boys who acted, what's a politically correct way to say this? Acted unmasculine were getting promoted. So I'm going to agree with you, Nikki. There is a big system that starts in elementary school to target our little boys, to target their masculinity. From my view, the only venue in the South, in the Southern educational system, I'm talking about Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, so on and so on, ad infinitum, is the only way you can show your masculinity is if you play sports. And for the last couple years, it looks like masculinity in sports is under attack, which is something I thought I would never see. I mean, should I name a class A athlete that is
LeBron
not
James.
acting? Shit, shit. Dwayne Wade. I
Oh,
mean,
I meant
what's
to say.
going
Oh, you
on?
know what? I meant to say Dwayne Wade, and I said LeBron James. Yes,
Uh-oh, Freudian slip, because he was crying that time.
yeah.
Yeah, come up and fight me. Come up and fight me, all you LeBron James lovers.
Wani said before she didn't see an objective, and I don't either. I'm trying to see what's the conclusion. Is there going to be one? I can't see it. Like, what's the objective? Why are you? It's not good.
Like what
It's for me. It's not.
I
Yeah,
was
go
just
ahead.
gonna say, when I think about Democrats running up on us and getting mad, who's gonna do it? A guy in a dress? Am I gonna get run up on by a guy in a dress that wants to go in the dressing room, jump in a woman's swimming pool? Is that who's coming at me? Because that is actually scary. They're scarier than a regular man. I actually have to admit, they really got me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they still got that muscle mass, still got that bone density. That's a I've kept my mouth shut on that issue. But for my sisters, I've been kind of that's all jokes aside. That's dangerous because a lot of those gentlemen, I don't know the proper phrase, are fighting with females. I've seen it with my own eyes. They're like fighting with you like they're when they have an advantage physically. We're gonna go with Midwest and then True Station. Come on, Midwest.
Yeah, I wanted to say that one things that contribute to that. You said multivectoral attack. You know, and you talking about Frances Cress Wilson yesterday, and she talking about separating the family. Single motherhood has attacked that. So you're saying that the woman becomes masculine. She wants to create as a feminine man, and she wants to create a son husband because she can't keep a man. So she'll sabotage him.
Yes.
And that I keep saying this, but it happened to me. That's why I don't talk to my mom right now because I figured it out. You know, and these women will tell their sons when they're young, hey, have them repeat, I'm gonna take care of mommy, never leave. I'm gonna take care of mommy, never leave. And anything they can get them punched in the face, lift weights. They sabotage that so another woman don't take them away, and that's compounded with the education system, as people talk about. Even I would even think with the food, because once they see the guy wants to get up in the morning and run, they want to eat a high protein diet. They want to eat the kale like you were talking about. You know, I would do. I'm more a
Mm,
spinach person, but I just never really did a kale. You know, they do that, and like you said, they empower the woman, all this, that, and the other. And then Tariq has talked about a lot of men, a lot of the warriors have been going to prison because
right.
I've had old police officers tell me, hey, you know, the guys from Vietnam, the guys in the gangs, they were really protecting the neighborhood and help raise them to become men, especially if the father wasn't around. And that's really what happened. That's what changed.
Yeah, Tupac said some shit when I was a child that I didn't understand, and when I got older, it, like almost brought tears to my eyes. Tupac said he went to prison looking for his dad, And he said a lot of brothers end up thinking they're going to become a man in prison because that's where the alpha males are. Like what I saw in the elementary school, this was second grade. These teachers um, just destroying black male masculinity, like just attacking it. Like, no, 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 don't act that way. And it's a theory. It's called Erickson, the one of the dead white men. That's the term of the Freud, Piaget, Jung, those white philosophers. Erickson, that's his thing. He had the system of positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement. It's all to you give positive and negative reinforcement to achieve a goal. You're changing somebody's personality. So what's going on? And it's kind of a hard thing to explain. Y'all kind of bear with me. So for instance, it's like with a dog. When a dog poo poos in the floor, you stick his nose in it and you spank him. That's negative reinforcement. So when a dog lets you know, hey, I need to go outside and use the bathroom on the in the grass, you give them a biscuit. That's positive reinforcement. What's my overall goal? I'm trying to teach that dog to use the bathroom outside and not poo poo on the floor. That shit is being done to our children. I'm looking at this. I got a master's degree in educational psychology. I was looking at that shit. I was like, am I looking at them reinforcing the loss of masculinity? Because when the little boys acted like a man, it was yelling and screaming and yelling and why did you do this? I'm gonna call your mother and embarrassment. But when the little boy acted some other type of way, it was Deontez, you're doing so well. Like I'm looking at it strategically, and I'm like, oh my god, they're trying to change the masculinity hierarchy in our little boys. And number one, why the fuck are you teaching in the hood? Why are you over here? Anyway, True Station.
Um, yeah, I just wanted to say that I definitely agree with you on that. Even going to school where I did growing up, my brothers, we were often the only black kids in our classes, period. And my brothers, they tried to put them in special education because they would not, they would not act the way they felt that they should, or there was a lot of racism when I was growing up in school. And so there was a lot of pushback against the racism. And they tried to call my brothers, behavioral disorder. They need to be in special education classes, even though there was nothing wrong with like their grades, performance, reading level, or anything like that. And I also noticed as an adult, like when I was in undergrad working like call center, little customer service jobs, whenever there was a black male manager, he was always buck broken, always.
Right.
And even now, like in corporate America, not the C-suite level executives, but if there's like a middle manager where I live here in the Midwest, he's usually buck broken. Like and so I guess it's because they don't feel threatened. But I have seen situations where that was not the case, where there's just a masculine acting black man who ended up, in our department for whatever reason, and they just hate him for no reason.
Yeah, I'm dealing with that now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I mind my business, but, I'm not going to act some type of way. I'm going to express my opinion and conduct myself as a man, and I dress up every day. I've had professors and shit ask me, why you dress up every day? I'm like, fool, do you know what we do? Idiot. Seventh Ward.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. Uh, yeah, what we're basically talking about here is an assault on black masculinity, and we have to counteract that. And one of the ways I think we can counteract that is that we have to start like clubs, like hunting clubs, fishing clubs, gun clubs. We have to start, organizations. I mean, uh, like astronomy clubs, ham radio clubs.
Love
We
it.
you know we
Love it.
my dad, right, he taught me to fish, he taught me to hunt. All the men in his family were carpenters. He taught me and my brother carpentry. how to fix a car, and all those things. And we have just got to start networks of organizations where we pass these skills down to our boys and our girls if they want to learn it too. And I think if we do that, we start them young, we teach them young, and we start other things like wrestling clubs, boxing clubs, kickboxing, and all that stuff. You know, we start them young. We teach them how to be tough, how to be independent. I think that would counteract all that nonsense out there. With that, I yield the mic.
Yeah, yeah, we need to definitely get involved with the life of our children. The uh quote unquote Divine Nine has organizations for children. Like one is like I think the Deltas have the Diamonds, and the Kappas have the most famous one, Kappa
I'm a
League.
little apprehensive
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, oh yeah, I'm going there. I'm not supporting it. I'm going there. Yeah, exactly. So I was talking to a lady who's involved with one of those organizations, and I was like, wait a minute, because what I start to notice it I taught at a historically black college in the hood. Most 90% of my career has been in the hood, and my real poor children, I start to realize, wait a minute, why aren't they involved? They didn't have access to these little bitty organizations. And then we can go outside the Divine Nine and talk about Jack and Jill and all. I was like, why ain't none of my the kids who need that the most have no access to it? So I talked to a lady who's heavily involved in one of those groups, and she said that, oh, no, 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 no. She said most of the time the children who get involved with those mentor programs are children of members of the organization. So so apparently
Got to
there's not
reach
enough
out.
access for it. Yeah, man. I don't even remember hearing about Jack and Jill when I was a child. Like, how do you
I
even know
went
about that?
there. I went to Jack and Jill.
What was it?
I don't know. It was like extra stuff. That's all I remember.
Yeah, down the street from my the college I resigned from. So this school is in the South Memphis, which is one of the I fucking love South Memphis. It's so hood. Um, it's funny how the way they say 0 to 5 will program you. So my 0 to 5 was in the projects of Alabama, right across the street from the projects, and it really made an impression on me. But being in South Memphis made me feel at home. You know what I'm saying? On a real childhood level. But South Memphis is very low SES. It's as bad as it gets. Maybe there are only worse places in Detroit, that type of thing. Well, right across the street from my college, which is in the heart of the hood, was a what do you call that thing? Boys and Girls Club.
Girl
That's the name of it. Boy
Scouts.
and
Yeah,
Boys
it's
and
Boys and Girls
no
Clubs. Yep.
Boys and Girls Club, and they have some dynamic programs. I taught in New York, and I had a mixed child in my class. I taught sixth grade science in New York, Rochester, and I had a little mixed kid whose white mother got him involved with Boys and Girls Club, and he identified with me because we both was high yellow, and he would tell me some of the stuff he was doing in Boys and Girls Club, and some of the stuff they were teaching him in there, I was teaching my cadets. You know what I'm saying? When I served monthly, I was teaching my cadets computer program. So I'm trying to say, Boys and Girls Club be teaching you some real stuff. But I wondered when I was at this particular college, how in the hell, like Boys and Girls Club, they have a big facility right across the street from the college, but surprisingly, none of the kids in the neighborhood or very few of the kids in the neighborhood were involved with Boys and Girls Club. So I often wondered, was that kind of like, by invitation only? What I'm trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is we need organizations for our children that are designed to help the people who need help the most. Because a lot of these organizations help kids who know somebody in the organization don't even fucking need help. Go ahead, Midwest.
Hey, yeah, I was gonna say people infiltrate the organizations and corrupt them, obviously, but they take away a lot of male
Oh yeah.
spaces. They take away a lot of male spaces, and then, like what you're saying, though, I forgot the guy from the Seventh Ward. Yeah, I want to teach kids wrestling. I want to do some stuff like that. But here's the thing, you some guys get a bad rep. 'Cause I remember coming up doing karate and everything. A lot of the instructors are like fucking some of the single mothers, and so then the boys see this, and they don't. Then they get turned off really quick. You know
I hear that a lot. I hear that a
that's a big
lot.
problem. And then when I say something, and the problem with that is that you water down the instruction because these guys should be getting punched in the stomach. They should be getting kicked in the legs. They got lift the weights. They're not prepared for quote unquote combat. And so then, the moms do what they got to do, and then they're just passing rank and giving things down and not teaching the right things. And then they get beat up. They're like, well, this doesn't work. It was bullshit, this, that, and the other. But it's some of these guys, and that's what I was going to say.
Right, right. I've heard that way too much, like especially with like football, like what I'm saying, in our neighborhoods, that the dudes that get involved with it is just like predatory. They looking for the single mothers. Yeah, that's
I
awful.
agree with the comment
Um,
about groups, having groups, but I think the problem is that people don't do that anymore. Everybody is just looking at their screen. I wish we could go back and have some of these groups. Just all the groups he named sounded so good, but I don't
mhm.
know if people will do it right now. It just seems like they're just in their bag, they're just online, and just it just seems like we're past having these social groups, which I think are really good. Good idea. It teaches people how to engage and build friendships.
Yeah, you're right. Social interaction has gone to the cell phone. There's a policy, kind of like a anti-cell phone policy at the current PWI I'm at right now, and it's written in stone. But like I can't enforce it. Who can enforce it? Because literally, when I was at the college, we did a study on the cell phones, and they were saying that it's a matter of time before cell phones make the list of bona fide addiction. They got porn addiction, so it's slick part of addiction. But like these kids are, and some of these adults, including myself, are addicted to the cell phone, man. I mean, shit, man. Like, this shit is addictive. Like the algorithms that YouTube administer, and the algorithms that, for instance, let me give you a real good one. The reels on, anybody done reels on Instagram?
Yeah.
Those algorithms are designed by psychologists to be addictive. And I've got on reels in like 4 or 5 hours past, and I didn't even realize what 4 or 5 hours. It's addictive. Lisa Jackson, talk to me, and then Coach.
Well, hello everyone. I just want to ask a question. Did this man really get up on live TV or speak into a camera and spoke to black men the way he spoke to them? Did he really do that? Because I have a problem with that. At the end of the day, I don't understand why any of the men stayed in the room with him. How?
It's ridiculous. It's a system. But Wanda, you want to answer that? Because I'm just
No,
I don't want to misquote.
no, I
The
I I don't mind misquoting Obama. Um, it's just his overall vibe is just so dismissive, and it
He's
always
not
has
my
been.
father.
He
He's
he's
not my
always
father.
been he's always been dismissive and talked down to Black Americans, and we're not having it anymore. We're having a renaissance moment, and we're not
Right, right.
allowing people to talk like that. We just have allowed people that are tan to say anything, and they're not saying anything anymore. They're getting called on their BS. They're
Yeah,
getting
well,
uh
my thing is
background.
that man, he didn't get punched in his face. Nothing happened to him. Nothing. Like,
men in the
because what I
room looked
saw,
very young.
I saw that as a total disrespect. I don't care what nobody say. That was a total disrespect. I'm not voting for that woman. I'm
See,
not
this
voting for
didn't
her.
this didn't go the way he thought it was going to go, did it?
It backfired on his ass big time.
I mean,
And what I'm
somebody
happy to see.
explain something to me because I don't even understand the camera crew. Nobody said nothing. You wagging your finger at 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 our black men because they said finally they said, oh hell no. Salute to black men.
Well,
Salute.
I want to point something out to y'all that I've been thinking about this issue all day. And I was thinking, I think of terms, if y'all haven't figured it out yet, I'm a forest guy. I look at the big picture, which kind of screws me a little bit sometimes because I miss details. But it's just the way my mind was designed. I see the overall big picture. So I'm looking at Obama as a part of a social system. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing says, quote, the racist social system can only survive if black manhood is destroyed. It steadily has removed strong black male images, such as those presented by Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Initially, it replaced those powerful, progressive, and constructive images with the powerful television and movie images of Geraldine and Superfly. We're gonna stop right there. So, like Dr. Welsing said, the main target, the main vector of attack, the primary vector is black men. So I'm viewing Obama as part of the system. And what I did see today was some it was a black lady, she's popular. She called him out on it. She was on CNN calling him out on it. Like she said something like
Nina
how
Turner.
dare
Nina Turner.
what was her name?
Nina
I
Turner.
think that was her.
Yep, yep.
I, yeah,
But she's a
and
stark
Abby
Democrat
Phillips.
though too. She's a stark
Abby
Democrat. She
Phillips.
told the truth, but she's a stark Democrat.
Yeah, I don't really know who she is, but I heard what she said. But my point of bringing her up is I watched the system defend Obama vis-a-vis Abby Phillips, a black girl who went to Harvard.
Oh,
Y'all know Abby.
okay.
She's kind of attractive. Abby's cute, but to me she cute. But anyway, Abby, like, I was shocked that Abby, because Abby usually is kind of neutral, but she like got jumped and defended Obama. I was like, man, I'm watching at these. I'm looking at these black looking people defending the system. You damn right we need to delineate. Come on, Coach.
I'm done. I could honestly tell you I am so done. I cannot even believe that I even had to watch some do wagging the finger. It's like he was singing an Al Green song to us or something. Like we
Ugh,
supposed to
we're
be in
sick of
love
it.
with them? Like, are you crazy? Like Negro.
We're sick and tired.
I
We're
am
sick and
I
tired
am
of it.
so done. I when I tell you I am done, I am done. Okay, I might not have the next 50 years, but I damn sure will instruct my daughter. Oh no, you vote for whoever the fuck you like.
Yeah,
Gonna do something for you.
whoever's gonna help us.
Yes, this is just ridiculous. And Michelle let him go out there like that.
Are we the
Her
only
black
Yeah,
ass did
people?
that.
Are we the only people on the planet that are not allowed to vote how we want? Is that what we're hearing? Because I am about to
right,
get
exactly.
violent, extraordinarily violent, if you tell me we're the only people that are being bullied and told how we're supposed to vote. Stay out of our faces.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it goes back to the free three-fifths compromise. We were three-fifths a human being, so the slave masters could use our vote against our will and say, "Hey, N-word, you're voting this way, or I'm gonna count you to vote." They still using that whole ideology, but we're at a point of, like Wani said, we're in a renaissance, and people like me are just in the last year realizing, wait a minute, these people are not for me, they're against me, they just kind of look like me. But my like my granddaddy said, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Coach, talk to us.
Yeah. Yo, man, I'm over here dying laughing. Yo, it like shout out to everybody in the space. Our ancestors chose us to do this advocacy work. Every generation's done what we're doing. It's just our turn. And it's just being amplified and accelerated because of this hypertext transfer protocol system called the World Wide Web. And we're able to communicate with one another in warp speed. They didn't get the memo. They thought in 2020 we were just online talking shit. They're like, wait a minute, let's hurry up and get them outside. They can get back to finger popping and bullshit. They don't understand that we can finger pop, take vacations, and still do this advocacy work at the same damn time. Whether we got the end of it or not, we have an epigenetic culture of communication through word of mouth. This conversation is off these apps. Obama's not us, so he wouldn't get it. He got a free ride. I was a staunch Obama stomper in fucking 2007 here in the city of my Philadelphia with a lot of people of our lineage raising tens of $1,000, holding fucking hosting events, registering people to vote. I went to both fucking inaugurations. But when I ran into y'all in 2020, and I first resisted the information, I was like, get out of here with cracking shit. And then when I did the research for myself, it was a gut punch. I'm 54 years. We've been voting Democrat. Shit. My late mother was judge of elections here in the city of Philadelphia. We helped Carter get in office. I remember riding around in the 70s in a fucking station wagon with the bullhorn. Nah, like on the spot said, we in a political renaissance. Ain't nothing they could do about this. Our ancestors chose us to do this. And
Uh,
shout out to you on the spot. I put a link in the chat where you educated us on the Brahmin and the Dalit caste system in California with Cisco Systems. And also the Democratic Party political status LGBT wants to ban Aretha Franklin's legendary song "Natural Woman." They want it off Apple Music and Spotify. That's the
You got to
Democrats.
be
I
wow.
put that
kidding
link
me.
in the chat.
You you
Check
you
my
you
page.
you are lying. You have got to be
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
making
whoa,
this up.
who,
Oh
who,
my God.
whoa, 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 whoa,
I'm gonna
whoa.
listen to that song
Anything
right
I
now.
talked about, I had a scholarship to back it up.
What's
It's in
the
the
group?
chat. Speak my
What's the
piece.
group that's doing this? Is it just LGBTQ or a specific LGBTQ group?
Come off your mute, coach.
Hey, Coach, can you hear?
Hold on. I was looking for something
Okay.
to name the group. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay.
That's
Well, because
wild,
they're about
man.
to get the beat down. They already got beat down in the comments when they brought it up before. Oh no, you're not about to go run your little fingers through all of our music and try to get rid of everything that says woman on it. You are gonna go away.
Because if we allow that one thing to take place, it's just going to trickle down to more. So
What
we got to
about
get on it.
dude looks like a lady? Are you going to
Absolutely.
get rid of dude looks like a lady? Are you going to get rid of that song? Or are you
Mhm.
just targeting Aretha Franklin because you're a jealous bitch? Is that what it is?
Aretha
Are,
Franklin,
are,
she's a symbol of real R&B music and what black music is. So they're trying to take us all down.
Mm-hmm. She's actually a woman.
two birds with one
She's
stone.
actually a real woman, and it hurts really bad.
Yesterday, didn't you say
Wow.
yesterday, didn't you say that the feminists, the lesbian feminists, that they're not the same, that they shouldn't be in the same category as women?
Absolutely not, because they have different goals. In fact, that one of those women's groups now kicked them all out. They had invaded and infiltrated and misrepresented a very popular women's group, and they got rid of them. They had to eradicate them. Why? Because they're fake. They're trying to misrepresent what women want. They're going around talking about, don't hold the door open for me. Don't compliment me on my outfit. How dare you? Everything is rape. They're going around putting out these narratives and using the platform of feminism to do it. And people know that they don't have the same agenda. They go to those groups because they feel like the women are going to be angry and they can flip a few. That's the only way they're going to reproduce their group is to flip people in doing what they're doing. Okay.
Ma'am, hold get me the gold casket or whatever, because I'm 59. I'm ready to go. Because this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I'm 59 years old, and y'all would think that I would vote the other way. Oh, hell no. This is wrong. This is wrong. This should be illegal for him to come out there to tout out one candidate instead of just saying just vote. You, what the fuck is man?
He's singling out a
I'm done. I'm
particular
done.
ethnic group. He's
I'm done.
singling
Just
out a
get me to
particular
casket.
ethnic group that's not his ethnic group. He's singling out an ethnic group that's not his fucking ethnic group to
I'm
Right.
done.
abuse. To abuse. And
I'm
I'm going to
I'm
call him
done.
on it.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. Coach, you had some scholarship you're gonna give us?
Yeah, I put that in the chat. This is the political status LGBTQI plus activist, and it's
Mhm.
the Transcultural Mindfulness Alliance
Mhm.
TCMA are
Wow.
behind it around the world to remove Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin off of Spotify and all
Any other
music
songs?
platforms.
I'm gonna remove them off the planet. Any other songs? Okay. Any other songs? Well, I don't think
I
there's
I
have I
heard some.
haven't researched, but that they were saying that that's harmful to them. There's no
It's
such
gonna
thing as
be
I
a natural
harmful.
woman.
Now you see why they always getting in trouble, physically getting in trouble. Now you see why. And I don't care
I heard
anymore.
I heard somebody say that if somebody calls me a cis man again, I'm gonna sue you with hate
Yeah,
speech,
that's that
and
might
I
have
like
been
that.
me.
I like that.
That could have been me because I refuse. You're not saying pronouns to me, or we're not going to talk. I even told my doctor, don't say that to me. I'm not filling out shit.
Wow.
Don't ask me nothing about it. If you don't know what a woman and a man is, then I'm at the wrong doctor.
Right, right, right. Yeah. How did you get out of
Yeah.
biology in high school
What you gonna
biology?
do? Check my prostate?
Wow. All right, Xbox, talk to us.
Well, it made it weird that Barack Obama came out and pretty much tried to lecture black men over who they can and cannot vote for. It's crazy.
Hey, Xbox, I got a question for you.
What's that?
We got a protocol on this show. What's your lineage? Where are your parents from?
Where my parents from?
Yeah,
Answer the question, Xbox.
He's
Answer the question.
trolling.
I'm not for sure
He's
where
trolling.
Could I
I'm from.
what
Like
you
Alabama is where I'm
could I
from.
make fun of your accent, or are you gonna get mad?
I ain't gonna get mad.
You ain't gonna get mad if I make fun of your accent,
I
boy.
I
know.
think it sounds
I
like he
ain't
need to
worried
spit
about it.
that chew out that he talking. He need to spit the chew. You know
what?
what I mean? Because he faking
Hey,
it too
hey,
hard.
What's that?
Xbox, Xbox. You said you're from Alabama. What part of Alabama?
From the
What
south
city?
side, Atlanta.
Huh?
Sub.
Atlanta's not
What
Alabama. You know that's Georgia, right?
Let's get back to the topic, man.
Hold on.
Give
I got a
crackers a
question for.
chance.
I got one more chance, one more question for this dude. Why do you care about this topic? It doesn't apply to you. Why are you concerned with it?
Well, what it made it
What's it to
weird
you?
was
That's
it
asking a
just
stupid
made it
motherfucker a smart
well
question.
that
Hold on,
he
Twizzle.
tried to
I really
lecture
want to know this.
black men over who they can vote for because really
But
it's
why?
up to people who they want to vote for their best interest. Because it's
Oh,
crazy that he
so
would
you're a
lump a
concerned
whole
you're a
group.
concerned MAGA individual that wants to make sure that he can vote
he needs
properly.
to come to my. I let him loose. He needs to come to my space sober. You remember Tariq was saying that those type of people get drunk, and why do they get drunk
I
and
just
seek us
tried to tell
out?
you, but you know what I mean,
Liquid
man.
courage,
Courage.
liquid courage,
You know,
liquid
Liquid
courage.
Professor,
courage.
you know, everybody know you can't talk or argue with a drunk motherfucker. If you ain't drunk, you need to leave them alone. But shout out to the
Right.
room, everybody. How
But
y'all
it's
doing, man?
fun. He had a fun
Wani,
accent.
Wani, you still tether, honey.
How
Wani,
am
okay?
I
Come
going to
on.
learn how to make fun of people's accents if you won't let them stay in the room?
Because you didn't ran through people from the South your whole life, your whole career, so you already know that. We want tethers. We want immigrants. We want people that we're not used to. Come on, Wani, we know this already. Don't you know me and you? We got bush meat. We making all this money off bush meat we've been selling. Come on, you forgot? Come on now. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Shout out to shout out to the room, y'all. What's up, Professor Nikki the
What
God?
up, dude?
Block, 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 Sister Wani. What she say? Bitch, here I go. Yeah, but Obama, man, I want to speak up on the Obama thing, man. And to me, it was very disrespectful, and I wish it was niggas like me and a few other motherfuckers right there to check him and put him in his place. Not only that, cap on his ass to make him feel really bad because he really think that he could lecture black men when he is not a black man himself. His mother is Jewish and his father is from the fucking Congo, Kenya, whatever from. So he's not a black American or foundational black American, nor do he has lineage roots towards he raised like us. He had the audacity to sing Al Green, but I know he didn't have nobody in his family singing Al Green, nor singing the Osley Brothers, nor singing Teddy Pendergrass or the Whispers or anything like that. He don't know anything about that shit. And just for him to sit back and try to call himself so-called lecturing black man all because he was the so-called first black president, it was kind of insulting. And I wish I was in there because I would have sat back and laughed. I would have did old school and just started laughing. And he would have looked at me. I would have told him like, "How could you?" And I would have called him out professionally and politely. You know what I'm saying? I know I would have
Mm.
sacrificed everything and everything would have been on the line. But fuck it, like I said, I'm doing this shit. If it's not for me, it's for my lineage. You know what I'm saying? My parents, my dad always told me, boy, don't believe that shit what you see on TV, boy, because black people fought back. So that's what I fight for. You know what I mean? I have a reason to fight because I was brought up in this fight. I come from this fight. You know what I mean? So as I just want to just speak on that, man. It's a lot that y'all talk about. You know, it's a lot that y'all was on, and I want to just jump in like hopscotch and get on it. But the Obama thing was the most important thing, man, because it's time for him to answer. It's time for him to get a reach out. And it's time for him to answer. So he want to call out Black American men. It's time for him to answer to Black American men. And I land my plane there, y'all. Shout out to the family, man, and happy Saturday, y'all.
Hey, thanks for your contribution, Twizzle. I wanted to point out some the my title says, "Did Obama scapegoat black men?" That was intentional. I meant the word scapegoat. According to Isabella Wilkerson, she says the scapegoat was cast out to suffer the sins of others and was called the scape. The goat was cast out. So, in essence, from my view, those comments showing disdain for black men was kind of a setup. It was a meta narrative framing. Should Kamala lose, everybody's going to turn on black men.
What Stacey Abrams tried to
And
do.
that,
But
What
who's
Stacey Abrams tried
everybody?
to do. But no, that's what Stacey Abrams tried to do when she didn't win the governorship in Georgia.
hmm
She tried to
hmm
blame black men.
And what happened? She took her
She went on
little
the NBA.
panty
Yeah, she
beating
went on
butt on
everything. Yeah.
somewhere.
And everybody called her out. Like, what about black men? Vote. Black men have to vote. But you don't have no plans, nothing tangibles, or nothing that you're offering to black men. The only thing you can say is vote. She was on the NBA with Charles Barkley, Shaq, and everybody, and they was asking her about this and that. She was like, "Black men have to vote," with her gap tooth, big poppy looking ass. You know what I'm saying?
she's so unattractive. I hate
Ugly
to
as
see her.
hell,
Uh,
dude.
And
Ugly as hell.
what
she
did she do? All she said is they made me lose and proud
right.
of it. Who's next?
Uh,
Proud of it.
I hear what you wanting. I hear what you're saying, and I agree with it. What
What's
she
she gonna do?
like,
What's
but
she
for
You
gonna
in
me,
you in
do?
the matrix, Professor.
it's the
Professor, you in the matrix,
principle.
bro.
Oh,
No, you're right.
damn,
It
I
is the
am.
principle, and I can. It is the principle. That's not arguable. It's the principle. How dare you even talk to us like that? But bottom line, all they're targeting, who's going to do something about it? Who's going to do something about it? Nobody.
True Station, what you got?
Well, I just want to say that the young men, it seemed like when he was making these comments, it was mostly young men standing around and a number of them looked uncomfortable. And it's like nobody is addressing the lie that he told. He said, she grew up like you. Like what? That really stood out to me. I'm like, Absolutely not. No, she didn't. She didn't grow up like
Did we grow up
black
as
men
middle
or black
class
people
Indian?
All right.
at
For the
Middle
all.
record,
class Indian
for the
people.
record, for the record, I'm from Oakland, California, where she claims she's from, and nobody went to school with her. Nobody knows her, and she doesn't have here. She may say this, but she claims she grew up in Canada. She grew up in a
Right.
nice manicured land in Montreal, Canada. So she's not like us.
Yeah, and
Plus,
she
we weren't raised by Indian women, so there you go.
taking trips back
Yeah.
and forth to India and whatever. So I don't know whether when he said that they grew up like them, was he trying to like say because her dad, I guess, wasn't around after she was 2 years old? Is that what he was trying to get at? Otherwise,
Wow.
yeah, because I mean, she absolutely did not grow up like us at all. And so, and then tried to say, well, and
And
she
she
went to
sound like she
college
got
in
that
Butte.
good pussy.
What?
Hold on. Let me get rid of this
Man, don't get rid
imbecile.
of me, man. Fuck you, nigga.
And that's what I'm saying. But yeah, like I said, I'm from Oakland, and like the prominent high schools we all went from, like McClimate, Skyline, Tech, and a few others. She didn't go to none of them. They trying to say that she went to like Skyline, which was like the bougie high school up in the Oakland Hills. But she, there's no record of her. Don't nobody have her there. Now it's coming out that she went to high school in Canada. So where does Oakland come from? You
She's
know what
been
I'm
telling
saying?
a
Exactly.
lot of lies.
Yes,
She's
because
been
I'm
getting
from
caught in a
Oakland.
lot of
Yes,
lies.
mommy, I'm from Oakland. We don't know her. I came to awareness of her when she got elected DA of San Francisco. That's when I came aware of her. I'm like, she's from San Francisco. Then the first thing
Hey,
she said
Twizzle,
was, "I'm
Twizzle.
from Jamaica, an Indian, and first DA of out." Yeah, go ahead.
I just gotta, I just have to interject and I say, hey, have anyone seen what Candace Owens was putting up about Kamala?
I
No.
saw that. I
Like,
saw
cause
that. Yeah, when he
her
broke,
grandmother's
What
really
Candace
is it?
Owens
Irish.
broke it
Her,
all down.
Hold on. What is it?
yeah, her grandmother's Irish. Her grandmother's Irish. They found out that the black lady that she was with in her
Right.
high school picture, that's like
That's the
a
maid.
plantation worker. Yeah,
Yes.
and so the father has to be Indian and Irish.
He is.
She has no African roots at
That's what
all.
he's
I
been
mean, it
telling
can't.
everybody. He told Judge Joe Brown that he was in an article that I read from Chicago. He described his background, and there was nothing about being of African descent in it. He said he was indigenous. He said he was native indigenous to Jamaica, which is a an Indian type person in Jamaica, and East Indian, and that's it. And he's got the white ancestor. He specifically said that, and he also scolded her and said that she should stop talking about she smokes weed and associating that with being Jamaican because that makes Jamaica look bad. He totally told the truth, and he's repeated this to other
Wow.
people, but yet they got rid of that article.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have to see the picture of her grandma. It looks just like Kamala. I mean, just like Kamala, this Irish lady.
You know how you
And
know Kamala. You know how you know Kamala's Indian. Just go buy her, and if she musty and a motherfucker, mic drop.
All right. Go
and
ahead,
oh,
Welsing. What's
oh
on
no,
your
I
mind?
just I just wanted to say one more thing is that the fact that even her parents got married. I mean, back then there is no way. I mean, Indian people are racist as hell now, but there is no way in hell
Right.
back then her family, Kamala's mother's family, would have been on board with her marrying a so-called black Jamaican.
Right. 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 Yeah. All right, Welsing, talk to us. Educate us.
No, I just wanted to just add, and hi everybody, good evening. I just wanted to add that what pissed me off with that whole scene with him was when someone in the audience said something to the order of that he's going to vote or something like that. And then Obama just quickly quipped and said, but your Uncle Pookie's not. Another
Oh my
pejorative
God.
He
term.
said Pookie again?
He
Yes, he
said that.
did. Yes, he did, Wanting. And
Oh
the
my
pejorative,
God.
but your Uncle Pookie's not. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Hold on, Welsing. Can you please, when you get a chance, send me
Oh, sure,
that?
I'll do that
Because
right
that's gonna
now.
be a whole. That's gonna be a
That's
whole
Take
nother
your
evidence,
time
and that's
space.
getting that.
receipts.
And I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna do that for you. I'm gonna tell you something. I have some very, very good friends of mine, a lot of them, And I have been talking about the demise of the Democratic Party. It's a house of cards is about to implode. It's imploding. And
Right.
it's amazing to talk to these very intelligent people, and I've known them for years. They're from all walks of life. And when I talk, I'm telling them the truth, and it's hard to hear, but they know I'm telling them the truth, and they try to come back with an answer, and I'm coming with facts, and they don't, and they you can see their shoulders just it just sinks, and they're like, I see what you're saying. And it happened today. It's like I got a call early in the morning. What I'm hearing people on the news talking about this thing with Obama in front of black men. And I said it was the most fucked up situation. I said, how dare he lecture black men? They are citizens of this country. They can vote if they want to. If they don't want to, it's their choice. They can vote who they want to, and it's nobody's business. And whether you like it or not, it is none of your fucking business. I said to my girlfriend, I said, black people gave him damn near 98%, and I think the other was 97% of the votes twice. And that
Not
man
me.
walked in there and he left without doing anything for black people. He did everything for Asians, he did everything for Hispanics. He sure as hell, we know what he did for LGBTQ. But when it came to black American people, it had to be something that was good for everybody. I said at the end of the day, I said he did nothing, and that is what the Democratic Party is. They are not used to this. This is a game changer for them because they've always were used to not having to earn black people's vote. Now we're like, fuck that. Black people have been under brutality and have risen out of the ashes. And I said, you know what? I said, if Trump gets in there, and so what? So what? Big fucking deal. And I said, trust me when I tell you, a lot of black people, like myself, is voting for Trump because it's simply a fuck you to the Democratic Party. I can't call Kamala on the phone and say fuck you. So this is how I'm going to say fuck you. I don't give a shit. And
Hmm.
so, let the chips fall where they may. Tony Brown, 40 years ago, the esteemed black journalist, Tony Brown said it. He said, there's going to be an election that the Democrats are going to need to win. But because they have disrespected black votes, the black votes are not going to be there. And that's the time they're going to lose. And that will be the time when they start respecting black people and what they want as far as voters and what their concerns are. And this may be the one. I'm telling you, the New York Times came out, the most left newspaper, New York Times came out. The numbers are not there. They're not there. Then check this out. Big time article in Los Angeles Times today. Hispanic voters, her numbers in California for Hispanic voters are down,
Wow.
lower than they've ever been for any Democrat. They see through the fuck shit because we live in the state of California and we know what time it is over here with her bullshit. So, and then it goes back to what pissed me off with him taking liberties, and that was at the time, and I don't know if anybody um remembered when he with along with that bitch ass Chinese cunt named Grace Meng in New York City, whose father was a fucking thief, a politician in New York, and was caught racketeering money or whatever. She then came and became, I think she's a senator out of representing Queens. Uh, He, along with her, and a claim that he had bipartisan approval that removed Negro, okay, from federal laws and replaced it with African American. That gift that Jesse Jackson gave everybody, and thought that was
Wow.
okay. How dare you? Whether you agree with it or not, whether you identify as freedman or whatever, he had no right to remove it. He had no right. And
Yeah.
so, what was that
But all
message?
y'all
That
voted for
he
him.
can fuck with black people and do anything he wants with them, and it's going to be okay. And that's a good example of what he did the other day, but he's getting backlash for it, and the talk is that that's going to may hurt her. It's going to hurt her. Good.
But why is it always the backlash? Why are we always reactionary? He wasn't shit when y'all voted him in the first time. He avoided
I'm sorry, brother,
going
one
on the
second. I'm gonna
record
for you
when he
for a
was a
second.
senator. He never voted on anything. Y'all voted for skin color, and that's why
You
we in the
certainly
situation
did.
we in.
You voted
I
for skin
agree. I
color.
agree.
That's all
Hey,
I heard.
Benji, hold on one second, bro. I got you in the queue. We're gonna go with black on black and then black excellence. Go ahead, black on black.
How you doing, Professor?
What's going on,
I'm
man?
all right. How you doing, Nikki? And everybody that's here in the space. This is my first time, and I was actually paying attention to the Obama speaking the other day, and he was pretty much stumbling over his words, just like Kamala Harris. Like he didn't know what to say. Like he was told to say certain things when it came to black men. So I find that very disrespectful. And I know who I'm voting for, and they're definitely not going to be Kamala Harris. And that's all I wanted to say for the moment. Thank you all, and I will be continue listening.
Right on. Black excellence. What's your contribution?
How y'all doing this evening? Well, this night actually.
Yes, sir. Doing good. How you?
I'm doing all right, my man.
Yes, sir.
As far as it come to Obama, I voted for him in 2008, and after realizing that this dude was a snake, I couldn't participate in the political party anymore. Uh, I'm just saying I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us as a community, and I'm gonna drop out and let the next person speak.
Appreciate you, man. I want to identify that during the Obama administration, Obama they wanted to get a terrorist. He was in the Middle East. I want to say Yemen. He was somewhere over there, and this quote unquote air quotes terrorist had American citizen dual citizenship. So Obama's attorneys overthrew got judges to overthrow posse comitatus. Posse comitatus was a law that said the United States military shall never be used against a U.S. citizen. You know what I'm saying? You got to use the police for that. Well, that one little case and attack put precedent on the book that it's okay now to target United States citizen, which is dangerous as fuck. Chris Hedges, the professor, sued Obama and won in court, but the case got overturned because Chris didn't have Obama's lawyer said Chris didn't have standing. But anyway, my point is, it's on the books now that if the president gets angry at you or labels you a terrorist, whatever that means. A drone can be used to fucking blow you away in your front yard. We're living in some dangerous times, ladies and gentlemen. Benji, come on with it.
Yeah, bro. Like I was saying, the community is always. We didn't listen to Dr. Anderson in the early to mid '90s. Uh, everybody ran out here and voted for this man who clearly wasn't a black American, never pretended like he was, but everybody was voting the skin color thing. And you saw how he disrespected us. I seen black people literally make excuses for this fool the whole time he was in office, to the point to where when the end of his second term came, I kept asking black people, so when is he gonna do something for black people? They all got mad at me and blew up on me and say they don't none of them do anything for black people. So why you expect him to do something that they don't do? And I said at that moment in time, black folk had to admit that they made a mistake, and they didn't like the fact that they made that fucking mistake. He was, as a senator, he pretty much had no record at all, and he did it on purpose to sneak into the White House. He never stood for anything. And once he got in there, he continued to not stand for anything as far as black people went. And she was correct. He removed the term Negro. He painted the White House. They turned the White House into a rainbow house at one point in time. He introduced transgender bathrooms when nobody was even having that conversation. He's a weirdo. This is the only fool sitting president I ever heard go on television, daytime television, and discuss the reptilian brain. And I'm not saying it's not a real thing, but it was kind of an odd comment that came out of nowhere. And he has a habit of doing this. But a black man got lectured, and black men got behind him for skin color. And guess what, y'all? This was the richest white man that was ever in the richest man that was ever in the White House. I don't think black people realize that. But he's the
Judge
heir
Joe
to a
Brown said that the other
he's the
day.
heir to a multi-billion-dollar fortune. What is it? Probably about 12 to 15 billion dollars right now. So this is why he never gave a shit about working for corporate America when he came out of college. Everything about this fool is a sham, and she's the same thing he is. Okay, you went in there not really knowing what he stood for, who he was. He played acting like a black American. She's done the same thing. She's really an Indian. This is the same play all over again. This time, black people antennas are a little bit more up in the air, and I think some black women are offended because black women get really they take it personal when you got somebody pretending to be a black woman, especially when they know what it's like to really be one. So
Facts.
I'm gonna leave it right there, bro, and let somebody else comment.
He
Yeah, did he
literally,
deal with everybody?
he really caused all the problems that we're having with transgenders right now. He empowered them and made us
Mm,
discuss toilets for 8 years that no one was talking about. He really did do that, and we're seeing the effects of it. They're in the swimming pool, they're in the dressing room, they're pulling it out in front of children, and the children are being told put up with it. If he thinks it's
wow.
not his genitals or a woman's genitals, you have to put up with it. And now they're going to try to go through all of the songs and talk about any song that mentions a woman in it has to go. Or they're being retroactive,
Well,
right? What
they
about
want you to
all the
call your
times?
vagina a front hole, which equals to the back hole, which is what he has. Yeah,
No,
Wow.
these
none of that's going
weirdos.
to happen at all. Nothing I'm not altering one thing as a result. I'm not accommodating them at all on anything.
You shouldn't.
Nothing.
They're firing people for doing that. I mean, I used to work at the Apple store. They're firing people for saying what you're saying, Wani. It's crazy.
No, I understand that. I understand that. And if I had a job like that, I just wouldn't say anything. But no, I'm not responding to cis this and pronoun that. It's not happening. I resist. And I don't owe anybody anything because I had somebody to make the comment, well, you of all people should know. Me of all people, meaning what? That you did us a favor and stopped racism. So now we have to go around and be, uh, give these people some grace. No, you never stopped racism. So, me of all people, I don't have to do anything. Now, if you did stop racism, if you did have this welcoming, open world where everybody was hugging each other, maybe they would have an easier time. But as long as there's racism against me, I'm
Look,
not
there's no such
responsible
thing
for
as stopping racism.
accommodating. It doesn't matter. As long as racism exists, I don't have to accommodate or be nice to immigrants coming in. I don't have to accommodate weirdos and sexual deviants. I don't have to do that. Okay? Because you didn't cure racism. So, me of all people, I don't have to be cooperative either. I can slip right in the same slot as you, not liking new things and new ideas and people with different ways of doing something, especially when it affects children. Anybody that's affecting children with their BS and women that's been practicing to be in the Olympics for 10 years and all of a sudden a man jumps in the pool. No, I don't
Wow.
like that at all.
It's
That's
real
a
simple. Like a community is not going to accept you if you're like about special
Oh,
Hold on one
things
second,
like
Jake. Hold on, Jake.
wow.
Jake, what's your lineage? Jake, what's your lineage? Where are you from? Where are your parents
I'm
from?
American, Polish American.
Well, shut up.
So
Polish
Get the
American.
hell out.
So my question to you, Jake, is why do you give a
He's
damn?
got them
Why
in
do you
his
care about?
damn thing.
because I'm culturally, I have culture
No, you
in my
don't.
family.
No, no, no. What's your culture? That's a good question. What's your culture? Explain your culture
My
to us.
culture is
You're
Polish, and
Slavic and you crawled the hell up over here. You don't have a culture. That's why you tucked your butt right under being white. What did you give up? Polish sausages? What is your culture? Housing gas chambers for the Germans, huh?
Polka.
what are you talking about?
Get the hell out.
My people were oppressed.
No, they weren't. You
Oh
helped
Lord.
the Germans,
Fuck out of
gas
here,
people.
dude.
Shut the hell
Have
up.
a
Polish.
nice day, Jake.
We can go into it
Why is he
all day
here?
long. You Slavic turd. Oh,
Why do they
was
follow
I
us
offensive?
around? What was that about?
I hope I wasn't too offensive.
I just asked what his lineage was, and he started talking about, stuff that didn't relate to this room. Therefore, I sent him on his way. All right, Coach, talk to us. Can you hear me, brother, Coach?
Yo, man. Sometimes you just gotta let on the spot, you let it go. They'll leave on their own. They can't these troglodyte Neanderthals under the US Census classified as white European mafia peasant criminals can't handle it. She can hold her own. I've been around her for a while. I actually enjoy it. Uh yeah, to our people that like my parents, they've since passed. My grandparents have passed. They grew up under the Jim Crow laws. So we assumed that anybody had our skin complexion wherever they were on the planet were going through the same experiences we were here. They didn't necessarily practice Caribbean Pan African mythical ideology, but it was Jim Crow. And now that we are their children and we're coming into this information at warp speed about all our contributions, and a lot of our contributions are not a part of the naturalization and 100 question exam when these foreigners get naturalized. None of our contributions are on not one question about who we are, what we did, and that's why they come in here with this attitude like, oh, they just slaves. Like that's a handicap. We are the progeny of those who were in chains and we're on the same soil and we're not. You know what the fuck we made of. We just never had the opportunity to express it because we robbing fucking Peter to pay Paul, taking care of elderly parents, grandchildren, children, paying bills. And now that we have the luxury of social media to educate ourselves and educate our people, it's a game changer. And they scared to death. That's why they want to say, "Oh, that's just AI." No, dumbasses. We got two separate fights on our respective land masses. We've been fighting these troglodyte Neanderthals under the U.S. Census classified as white European mafia peasant criminals on our ancestors' soil for centuries. And those who have our phenotype, skin color, been fighting one another that look like them for centuries on their ancestors' soil. So they don't have no fucking clue of how to fight these fucking troglodyte Neanderthals. And they can't tell us anything. I'm honored to come from those who are in chains and now I'm not. God damn it. Y'all know what we
Right.
made of. Y'all ain't check our resume. There's a lot of blood and bones in this goddamn soil. And we gonna find out who the real Americans are in a minute. Speak my piece.
Come on with it, seventh ward.
Hey, yeah, thanks, y'all. It's look, I don't like to make predictions, but I think I'm gonna have to make one. Kamala is going to lose, and she's going to lose big, and uh, and they're going to blame it on us black people, especially us black men, that she lost. And given that, these Democrats, they're not going to just charge it to the game and say to themselves, we need to make some reforms to get these black people back. They're going to lash out, and they're going to lash out violently.
May I ask how?
Uh,
Because
well,
we should be proud
okay.
if we make them lose, we should be proud of that. Like
Hey, yeah, we need to take a victory lap. Hey, no
Now,
debate
you
there.
said they're going to lash out. No, they're not. Touch me and you will not be living on the earth anymore. No one's going to lash out and do shit. Lash out
That's
how?
how they're going to. Yeah,
How? Can you
they
please?
are going to
Yeah.
attempt.
Can we do a step by step with crayons? How can Democrats lash out? You ain't got no bargaining chips. What you gonna do? Take away nothing? I ain't gonna
They
do nothing for black. Oh, I'm gonna take the nothing away. Oh, really? How you?
Van
What you gonna do? You
Van
ain't
Jones
got nothing to do.
Take the
Van
nothing.
Jones is gonna cry, Wani. Van Jones is gonna cry. Bakari and
Those are
Roland
all
Martin. That's it.
victories. Those are all victories. I'll be dancing and turning up my not like us shit over here in my living room. Well, what are they gonna do? Just somebody come up on the stage and
Oh
tell
man.
me what a Democrat is gonna do when they lose, okay? And
they
blame
still
us
have
for it.
connections in the
And blame
Justice
us for
Department.
it and blame me. Blame us for it. Come up and tell me what you gonna do. That's all I want.
Yeah, like they still have connections in the Justice Department, the penal system, and you're right. Like you're bringing it
They're
to
already
force.
putting everybody in jail. That was their whole shtick.
Yeah, that's true, and they can double down on that, and
Okay, so we're
because
gonna
of
go to
that,
jail more because they
and
had us in jail more. Okay.
like, yeah, look here, I'm not disagreeing with you. And like I say, we need to talk about that and anticipate that's ways they're gonna come at us. I'm like, yeah, like we got nothing to lose. And when we have that mentality, we can see it coming. So I'm not disagreeing with you in any way, but I need to bring that to the forefront so like we can talk about it. And with that, I'll yield the mic.
Okay. I don't know who's next, but I would like someone to tell me who's going to do something if we're blamed.
Eh,
We should be
well,
getting a pat
eh,
on the back.
well, the thing is this: they can't do
on the
anything.
spot.
This is the party of Jim Crow and KKK, and so they've never gotten used to the idea of black people not fucking with them. As a matter of fact, they still mad over the Civil War. They just hide it. Okay, uh, look, I've been saying since I got on this app that this whole transgender thing, these people, look, they have used women to go against men, and now the transgenders are shitting on women that was shitting on the men. So what y'all see
Right,
right now
right.
is the transgenders trying to reassert themselves as they did in the Greek and Roman times to take over the whole political system and the media. And so
Mm.
this is a part two of what we used to have thousands of years ago. And women are gonna be
Fall of the
catching
Roman
hell.
Empire.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it ain't nothing's new.
Roman Empire all over again.
these people
Yep.
are going to shit on women like nobody ever has. Your cries, your concerns are going to be ignored. As you see, they're talking about suing you and possibly jailing you for certain kind of speech. Women will know what men felt like when women were given these certain types of, I guess people favorably looked upon the complaints that they had, which some of them are definitely uh, were 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 legit. But you're going to see transgender people just really turn against women and get real nasty, and it's starting right now.
Right,
Well,
right.
they're
As
doing
far as
that
I'm
because
Yep.
they're
concerned,
They
men.
already did that.
as long as we stick by our men that say that I don't think so over that Democratic plantation. As long as we stick by them, they can't win. They're in a losing position. Now, what the thing is that we as women have to understand when our man say, "Honey, I don't think so." You know what? I'm gonna go with him, and I'm sorry. I'm going with him because what I saw today was the worst. The man, the president. You want to, instead of just saying just vote, just vote. No, he didn't say that. He made an excuse for a woman that has no intelligence at all to me. Willie Brown downtown, Montel Williams, and can I go to Puffy too? Okay.
Wow.
I'm 59 years old. I'm sorry. I can't even fathom that this dude thought that it was okay to stand up there and say what he said and looked into a camera. Because believe it or not, he really wasn't talking to the men that was around him because the men was probably for him. But he was talking to us.
Let me tell you the way I see it strategically. Well, but he's not an idiot. He went to Harvard Law. Um, I think that that was scapegoating black men in the case that Kamala loses. So Isabella Wilkerson on page 191 of her book says the scapegoat unwittingly helps unify the favorite cast to be seen as free of blemish as long as there's a visibly disfavored group to absorb their sins. So I think that's kind of like a defensive move, a preemptive move, make it the black man's fault. So people can
Well,
turn, the
why?
dominant society can turn on black
Well,
men should she
why? Well,
lose.
why? Because the hierarchy is still the man. I don't care.
Well, the black man. And like Wani said, they're not gonna do what the fuck they gonna, because see everything that the system of white supremacy does backfires on it. What I'm kind of seeing, this is a little early for me to make this assessment, but what I'm seeing is this little move Obama did is making our sisters rally around us. What
Exactly.
is
That's
made
what I'm saying to you.
yep.
Like, I have no time. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. And whoever was around him, them niggas should have walked out the fucking room on his ass.
A
Nigga,
lot of them are foreigners, and they part of the political status LGBT
I,
because they can't practice LGBT on their respective
well, I
landmass.
don't
That's
give
why
a
they
fuck
went over
about
to
that.
Africa.
They got enough fucking rights. Really? My daughter is
I'm
one.
saying that a lot of them wasn't us, is what I'm saying.
That's right. They
That's why
went
I don't
over
give a shit
there
about
and
this damn
literally
plan.
picked
Well,
those
what I
motherfuckers
am
out from
simply,
those countries and brought them
well,
here to
well,
practice
what I am simply
homosexuality.
saying to you is that everybody, that not every LG people sometimes keep their shit in the bedroom. God damn it, let's just be honest here. Everybody don't let their shit out.
But have y'all noticed the increase in the gay population? They importing these people. They have headhunters
Okay,
in
they can
certain
import
Say that
countries
them.
who
again.
go
Say that
pick out
again.
these
They can
people.
import all the fuck they want. All I'm simply saying is that we have to stand our fucking ground. And I was standing my ground. I'm like looking. I'm like, when is these niggas gonna walk out the room? Walk out the fucking room.
They not
Them is his
niggas,
niggas.
is what we trying to tell you. They ain't us.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's thank you, Lisa.
Oh,
Coach, you got the floor.
Professor, I wanted to let you know that I sent you in your the back channel on your inbox the um the video of him about with the pejorative term pookie.
Wow. Thank you so
All right,
much,
and
Welsing. Coach, you
okay,
got the
real quick.
floor. Oh, go ahead, Welsing. I'm sorry.
I I want to respond to
Go ahead quickly, and then
okay. I
Coach.
want to respond to that whole thing about they if she loses, we may be met with violence. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to let anybody put their hands on me and they not expect me to have my hands and feet all up in their goddamn ass. You can touch me, you can spit on me, but you best believe that you are not going to be coming off that damn floor. I am not scared. I don't give a damn. And nobody should. What more can they do? Good luck to that. Good luck to that. And so I land with that. Oh, and I have the speech from the father, the response that he sent through the press. It went to the Gleaner, and then it was picked up through Associated Press. So if you want me to read it after Coach, I'll read you what his response was to his daughter, meaning Kamala Harris's father.
Now you can go ahead, Wellesley.
Okay. All right. So
Go
this
ahead.
was what went. Okay. So let me just set it up. She was on the Breakfast Club, and I guess the topic of smoking came up, the smoking weed. And mind you, she was putting black folks in jail for doing that. But that's a sidebar. Anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
then she said, oh, her father is, she's got a Jamaican side, and that her Jamaican family, smokes ganja. And
Wow.
the father found out about it, and they don't have a relationship at all. And so he responded publicly to her, and this is what he wrote. Again, it went to the Gleaner. The Gleaner is like Jamaica's New York Times, and then Associated Press picked it up, and it populated all over the world. So he says here, my dear departed grandmothers, whose extraordinary legacy I described in a recent essay on Jamaica Global Online, as well as my deceased parents, must be turning in their graves right now to see their family's name, reputation, and proud Jamaican identity being connected in any way, jokingly or not, with the fraudulent stereotype of a pot smoking joy seeker and in the pursuit of identity politics. Speaking for
Wow.
myself and my immediate Jamaican family, we wish to categorically disassociate ourselves from this travesty. And
Wow.
uh, yeah, that's it. Mhm. That's what he wrote.
That's
Isn't that
crazy.
something?
Was that an
Hmm.
article?
What he did was, when he wrote the response, he sent it to the Gleaner. The Gleaner published it in response to her interview, and then Associated Press picked it up, and it was all over.
Do you know what year it was?
Uh, 2020 or 2021.
Okay,
I'll find
thank
out for
you.
I think
you.
that's when she was running for the presidency, and she tried to, you know, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what she was trying to do, but she's
Here's the
crazy.
She
here's the
She's
said she
crazy.
was
I'm
listening to Tupac and Biggie
Yeah,
in
that was
1986 or
when, yeah,
whatever.
that was
Tupac
when,
wasn't
and
even
then the
out when she
father
was
made
in
a
school.
response.
here's one more
He
fact.
is an asshole for all assholes,
I'm,
and any asshole there is an asshole. That woman is an
here's one.
asshole, and I'm afraid. I'm afraid because you know what? If a black woman comes up there all day, is anybody gonna look at us like her?
Well, go ahead and land your plane, Welsing, and I wanted to ask Nikki. Didn't Nikki? Weren't you telling me something about this the other day? Go ahead, Welsing.
No, what I want is that she's not
You
for the.
you
I
broke
said
up.
she's not well received in Jamaica for the very reasons why she's not well received here. So, this
Wow.
whole thing about, her Jamaican side and everything like that, she only visited there maybe once or twice, I think twice, and that was it. So it's everything is fake. And then I'm hearing, and somebody needs to confirm this with me. Did she really pledge AKA, or did she pledge it when she was a graduate? That's the talk now that she pledged it as an out of college. Then I don't know how it goes. I didn't pledge it all, but they say that she didn't pledge when she was an undergrad. So I don't know if that's true.
Well, I do know I spent some time at Howard when I went to Georgetown, and that chapter of AKA is really hard to get into. It's like exclusive. It's the first chapter of AKA, so my antennas kind of rose around that too. So if y'all find that out, let me know. Nikki, weren't you talking about am I hallucinating or weren't you talking about her something about her
Nikki
dad
wants
a
y'all to
while
check
back?
y'all DMs. I think she says she's having a hard time. I guess.
It shows that she's a
Oh.
co-host.
Yeah, it shows that she's a co-host to
Let
me
me look
Yeah,
too.
but
at
I
it.
don't think she can speak or something. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
goodness.
Oh
She's not
wow,
on
hold on,
stage.
let
She
me
said.
weird. I'm gonna remove her as a co-host and then add
Can
her
you
again.
she needs to leave the whole room. Tell her to select leave and then come back in.
Yeah,
Now back
I'm
to
gonna.
what we were saying.
Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
just going to say back to what we were saying about Democrats being angry. How are they going to do anything? Or are we just going to be walking down the street? You look like a person that might have voted. for Trump or sat on the couch, I'll slap you upside the head. I'm just trying to get some logistics on this.
Me
Cause
too.
how are they going to just start, wagging their finger in the grocery store at people that look like they might have not voted? How are they going to do it? It doesn't make any sense. I'm not scared of. When does anyone even? I just somebody explain it to me. I'm not
Uh,
voting for you. Period.
the one sister brought up Grace Ming. This is the same woman that got $10 billion during COVID for Asian businesses because black people stopped going to these businesses, these nail shops and these Chinese food restaurants, and they specifically gave that money to the Asian community, okay, to make sure those businesses could stay afloat during COVID. It's the same people turn
But
around and tell
see,
you they can't do
the
nothing for black people.
the
Is that
United States knows how to give money and put money out all of
where
a
they
sudden.
want.
But if that happened to us, they'd be like, "We're not responsible for your business staying afloat." They did the same thing with education. We didn't need to go to their dirty ass lice infested
School.
schools. We
so?
deserve the money.
Wait. Let me ask you a question.
Let me talk. We didn't ask to go to their lice infested
No,
schools. We
we had our
deserve
own
to
school.
have the money like other citizens that pay taxes. We should have just had our schools funded like everybody else. They didn't want to fund our schools like everybody else schools. But they have
So
no
we had to
problem
go.
keeping these raggedy, trashy businesses that serve rat fried rice. They have no problem keeping that
Mhm.
alive. Okay, who's mumbling?
Yeah,
Is it
I
a
had a
duo?
question. Who America, what's your lineage?
Scotch Irish.
Okay, so why are you here? And I mean that honestly. What do you want?
Well, I was just joining conversations. Not a big deal. This is like the
It's
first
not a
time I've ever.
duet, though. It's not
Hold
irrelevant.
on. You're not answering my question, my friend. I'm asking you, and I'm not being facetious. I'm dead
This
serious. Like, what do you
this
want?
is the first time I've ever joined one of these, and I was just listening, and she mentioned Asian markets. Well, I remember watching during COVID, um, like these, I guess you could say, quote unquote, Karens.
Hold on. You didn't. You're not answering. You're dancing around my question, which is the no. I'm asking you a direct question. Why are you in a black space that's about black men? What's it to you? What relation does that have to you? You're not muted. You are not muted.
Hang on. Well, I
You
got
got.
muted, but anyways, most of my best friends are black. I grew up in Colorado, but in
Me
my
too. Now we have something in
hang on,
common.
hang
All
on.
their friends are always
But
black.
My
Their
but
best
parents
friends
are
are
actually
black.
black. Are your
but
parents black
but
too?
Give
can
crackers a
can
chance.
can I
Fine.
answer?
No, it's more
But
fun for
in
you
my
to listen.
20s and my early 30s, I was in Davenport, Iowa, and most of my best friends were black.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't buy into
Davenport.
this stuff, right?
In
So so
Davenport,
I I I, I used to sit in the basement or in the apartments and
no,
at
you
a
were right the
table
first time in your mother's basement. Go
and
ahead.
Hey, look,
Yo,
you're
just answer
dancing.
the
You're
question. Fuck
dancing
with
around
your
the. You're
friends. We don't want
dancing
to hear
around the
that shit.
question. You're dancing around the question. My question is real simple. What does this have to do with you, not your
Mm-hmm.
friends? What does this have to do with you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening. Let me rephrase it. How is this relevant to you? You got 3 seconds to answer. That's two and one. Have a nice day.
Professor
Scotch Irish, and we each have 1% Irish.
Wani and Professor Nikki just sent me a message saying that she's having difficulty to remove her from co-host.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm about
okay.
to do it now.
Wow, that's weird.
That's strange. I just removed her and I'm about
It's
to add her
not
It
again.
doesn't
weird. We
show
got
anything.
opposition, y'all.
Okay, now she's in listener. Okay.
What's up?
I just added her co-host
What's up?
again.
Peace, everybody. What's happening with you, Professor?
We're getting
What's
we're
Sister,
up,
getting
brother?
boisterous
yeah,
on the stage.
yeah. You ain't gotta vet me, shout out. I'm black as hell. I ain't, shit. You ain't gotta do all that.
You black. You
Uh,
black.
I'm black than a mother, but I woke up this morning, looked in the mirror, said, "Damn, I'm black again."
What? Again?
Uh,
Do it again?
damn, black again. Shit, let's do it. Hmm.
And good
Oh,
looking too.
What's on your
And
mind,
good
bro?
looking too.
oh, well, thank you kindly. Thank you kindly. Yeah, I just came up here because I seen the question. Did Obama scapegoat black men? And oh, well, well, goddamn.
Somebody letting off in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm out here in the country, so you know, motherfuckers be out here. They be having they be out in the field. It's in like the next little area over. So you know, folks be out here doing what they do. It's quiet like so.
Right.
But
What's what
I'm
state
out
you in,
here
man?
in Indiana. But I'm about to move. Yeah, I'm about to move back home
Okay.
to Georgia though. Boy, this Midwest, this ain't it. I'm ready to
Yeah,
come back
yeah.
home.
It sounds like the Wild Wild West.
Tell me about it. Shoot, I'd rather go back. I'm ready to go back to Georgia. But I saw Coach T. He had his hand up. I ain't want to disrupt anything. I want to him.
No, you good.
No,
Coach
no,
coming up
you good. You
next.
good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but now I had seen the question, did Obama scapegoat black men? And you know what? I can honestly say, yeah, because you know what? I was okay, so I remember I was what this was like 2005. I was a junior high school. You know, I graduated '06. So we was talking about Obama. This was like right around the time he was a senator, around the senators being a senator. So we was talking about him then. So in '08, yeah, it was like a real big move for me because I really didn't know. I was real young and naive. I just saw, hey, it's a black dude. Hey, I'm about to vote. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time voting, and me being my first time voting, it's gonna be for a black person. So I'm like, yeah, this is about to be lit for us. But then as I got older and seeing that, you know, he was signing stuff, you know, now I look at it now, it's like he got DACA, he was signing all this stuff for other folks, and he really didn't do anything for us. And I really I think it was I wanted it was either Black Alpha Network or I forgot who it was, but I want to say shout out to them because they posted that clip from that interview where old boy he said so why don't you do anything just for black people in America, like, hey, this is for you, if you have a problem you can go to this, you can do this. And he said to that man, this is not how America works. So when people pulls up receipts and things like that, and you see that evidence, now it's like, nah, you can't even trick me again because yeah, I was young and dumb. I was eight, like I remember I was 18 when I voted for Obama, and I was excited as hell. But now that I'm older, and I realize, damn, I don't fucked up. This motherfucker ain't do shit for us. Like you look back at the footage, like damn, he did things for DACA, he did the Dreamers, he did things for the police, he did, you know what I'm saying, the Affordable Care Act for everybody, and you know, like these are his, you know, that was for everybody, but nothing particular for us. So this second time around, when I seen Obama trying to lecture those black men, I realized that those same black men were the same men that I voted with at the same time. We were about at the same time by 18. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
now we all see it. So it's like, yeah, we pretty much, you can't run the bull game on us again. Like y'all tried it once. We doing background checks now. It is what it is.
Yep.
So and I landed right there.
Yes, sir. I like what he said. Basically, we've learned from our mistakes. So we're making progress, ladies and gentlemen. This is all a good thing. It's all good. Come on, coach.
Damn, Professor, I'm hungry as ever. And I know you over there, you know what I mean? Got your munchies going on.
I'm sorry, y'all can hear me. I'm sorry.
You know
That's
us
not
Black
right.
American Negro
We
free, man.
gotta eat sometimes.
Hey man, it
I,
is what
I
it
ain't
is,
mad
man.
at him. I
I'm
gotta get
done.
me something to eat now. Shit, I wasn't even
It
thinking
makes
about
us
no food.
hungry though, huh? I've been on
Yeah, I
here and
wasn't
it
even
makes
thinking
me
about
want
no food.
popcorn.
You know what I'm saying?
Please don't make me
Nah,
want
it's
popcorn. Nobody mentioned popcorn. Wait a minute, I just mentioned popcorn.
Damn, I wouldn't mind have some popcorn.
See?
yeah,
Yeah,
ain't that some shit? Yeah,
I put hot sauce on my popcorn.
just to veggie back off somebody was talking about Grace Ming. her, Hakeem Jeffries, were part of HR 4238 to federally move Negro uh, out of the lexicon federally. It's still implemented in the states. And through the unfortunate public lynching of our ancestor George Floyd, you saw Asian businesses, everybody had a black owned business. You like So I'm so glad that we are in hashtag Operation Delineation and we checking people's lineage. Listen, I just checked. He lost the primary in New York City. Jamal Bowman's lineage. He is suspected a Caribbean. Like he has hidden his lineage.
Hmm.
Like these, in order. This is why nobody invited to the cookout because nobody of our lineage would have known who Drake was without Trey Songz getting on his record. It's always an escort. Montel
Right.
Williams, Montel Williams bought Kamala Harris. Michelle Obama bought Barack Hussein Obama. It's always somebody of our lineage co-signing one of these motherfuckers to undermine us.
Mm.
We gotta cut that shit out. Like
Cletus,
you ain't invited to the fucking cookout.
let's go all the way back. Cletus Nagra co-signed Alexander the Great. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So our first tactic is to go against traitors. I've said that over and over again. We need to identify the traitors in our midst and banish they motherfucking ass. Because
Hey,
one
Professor,
problem.
I think you really need to dive in. Shout out to you. I've been looking into this meritorious manumission behavior, yo. This
Oh
shit is
yeah,
on full display.
Eh,
Like
it's still here.
we need to really dive into that one day, Professor. Speak my piece.
eh,
Yes, sir. That shit's alive and well, man. That's the name of the game. You if you sell one of your brothers out, we gonna pay you, and there needs to be some type of consequence. So I'm a non-violent type of brother, but you do what you do. But I got a good suggestion. Banish the fuck out of them. Let's stop letting people. Okay, identify you.
Yep.
You are a meritorious manumissionist snitch. Get the fuck. Don't come to fuck around us
Boycott.
because white supremacy destroys its schools and they gonna come walking right back up and then just give them motherfucker the scarlet letter in the book the scarlet letter. Back in the day, if a woman committed adultery, they made them walk around with a shirt with a
hey,
big old
Mm,
A on it. Yeah, let's give them the red S.
yes.
Hey, it's already practiced. We seeing it now. If you don't go for the Democratic Party, they shame the shit out you. So we already practice it. We just gotta change the motherfucking the position.
eh,
It's
Right.
already
you
practiced.
know what?
Speak my piece.
And I'm gonna say this too. It's not just white supremacy. The white supremacists, they breaking. They break their tools, of course. But I feel like this: we as we delineate and we move on and we see was and we are really deep diving into the Democrat and the Republican Party, and we see what the Democrats are really doing. I feel like that we as FBAs and delineating, we breaking the democratic tools ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like we got folks crashing out
Yep.
in these spaces. Like I saw that space the other today or earlier today. my man,
Oh,
my man flew into a wall. You know what I'm saying? Talking about, hey, I'm starting to hate niggas. Well, you know what? Guess what? We been ain't liked you, so I'm going to the store. Y'all want something? That's how I really feel. You know what I'm saying? So that with you yelling and hollering and all that, it still ain't gonna change my mind. Like I'm saying, like what I'm saying, he gonna cry in the car for what? It still ain't changing my mind. And
Nope.
really, and like we was talking about doing these background checks and not inviting folks to the barbecue and stuff. You see, it's not just into the political world, but it's spilling over into other aspects. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all seen what was going on in the SW world. You know what I'm saying? In the working industry, and an old boy who done slept with like 2,500. Get what? I did a background check on him. He Nigerian. He ain't one of us, y'all. I already done look because they're gonna try to pin that on the brother, on the black men, and hey,
And
look,
all the women complaining was
and they
was immigrants too.
and they all complaining. You smell me like, hey, I checked the Instagram, like they put his Instagram page up. That boy had a Nigerian flag on there with like
What
millions
did he
some.
do?
He infected.
Spreading that shit.
Oh, he running through girls with that package
The one girl saw a big old sore on his dick and got down there and still sucked
and
it. And now
still.
she complaining.
I'm
Oh
talking
my
about.
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. She complaining now and
I'm
she got
talking
some
about.
shit.
Well,
Yeah, got
what?
the whole Gluck talking about he cut himself shaving and she still went down there and now.
Shaving on his whatchamacallit? Okay,
Yeah,
never
yeah,
mind.
exactly. First, boy, listen, and then she still hit that speed bump with no
What?
remorse. She,
I mean, she sucked all on it. You
I'm
should. She
talking
got the
about,
bump and
I'm
everything.
talking about, she was flying past that speed bump, shouted.
Yeah, hey, she didn't. Hey, bro, she didn't
Not
slow
that
down, did
they,
Wait a
No man, she
minute.
said
hey,
she was naive and only
boy,
19.
she was
Oh,
passing
honey.
go and collecting $400, boy. She was flying through that speed
Wait,
bump, boy. Like,
wait a minute.
listen,
Whoa. Wait.
got a
I
That
flat
need to
room had
tire.
ask
a
some more
thousand
questions.
sex workers in there. Do you hear me? And
I
they
need
was
to
all
ask.
mad.
I
It
need
seemed
to
like
ask
about
some
15 or
questions.
20 of them might have worked with him before.
yeah, oh,
Wait.
Go
Why
ahead,
was
Wani.
he? What's his thing? He was just running around having random sex with
so
people.
no,
Is that
It was
what?
only
he's a
fan sex
content, yeah,
workers.
he's a content curator. He was a content
Okay.
creator, yeah. But the thing is, like, they say he got the hurts. You know what I'm saying? Like he got he got that package where he been running through these girls, not telling nobody. You know what I'm
You
saying?
had niggas over
Hmm.
there suggesting alkaline water and all kind of shit to get rid of this shit he
I
was
know,
doing.
like folks really now you
Nigga,
wanna, and the crazy thing is, yeah, now you wanna run to Dr. Sabi. Nigga, he gone.
they brought up Sabi and all kind of shit.
Damn.
Now you wanna run to Dr. Sabi and try and dig that man up. No,
And
no.
you know what's so odd about it? So the OnlyFans workers, right? They fall outside, even though it's sex work. They don't fall under the rules and policies of regular workers in the valley or wherever. You know, the porn industry.
Right.
So they kind of got their own community, and you can just see that these motherfuckers, they going down the hill as fast as they possibly could with no brakes. These motherfuckers crashing out left and right, and this is because they don't have no morals, they don't have no guidance. It's just everybody's over there doing something, anything, and these motherfuckers starting to pay for it now.
Mm,
A lot of them are our lineage of women too.
mm.
There's a Caribbean, I know, an African, twerking at a fucking, getting an abortion.
Nah,
Wow.
Like she
I
was
think she was
African
Haitian or
Nigerian.
something. They said she was Haitian or something like that. I don't, you know what? But either way, that ain't. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you see how we doing these background checks now? Like, it's spilling over, not
Right.
just in the It's not just in the political world no more. It is spilling over into the other realms. You know what I'm saying? Like,
These motherfuckers is over there talking about, well, he had too many partners raw, so I knew he must have had something. That's why I never worked with him. Like, whatever
mm,
happened to just getting a goddamn test, y'all?
mm,
Because and
Real
even
talk. That's
even
what.
then, some of them say he would never even send his results. They'd send theirs to him, but he wouldn't send his
to-
back to them, and they would still go work with him.
like,
These
yeah,
Wow.
motherfuckers was crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The porn industry in California and a lot of states is regulated, and like basically, from what I was told, they work with the same. They work in a circle. It's the same people working with this. Maybe different girls, but same dudes, and they get tests. They get regular tests, and they have to like they get sick and tired of giving blood up. It's like, oh man, I gotta get
uh,
tested again. So that whole OnlyFans issue is
It's
unregulated.
unregulated.
It's
and then
dangerous.
and here's
These people
Yep.
flying in from different places to work with each other.
mhm,
They don't know what you was doing
Wow.
last night. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and then here go.
Hmm.
Man, I'm old
I
Right.
school.
wanted to
I got to
about
see you
OnlyFans is
face
only
to
to
face. Fuck
off.
this internet,
Okay.
all of that shit. Nah, I gotta see you face
Boy,
to face and know
boy,
what's going
coach,
on between your ears
I thought
first.
you about to say when you said you old school. I thought you about to say you had to read it or something, like you had a magazine and you had to read it and use your imagination.
Nah, I'm talking about physically meeting
You
you.
Hey,
said, "No, I
coach.
need a hustler magazine. I need to
Hey,
read it."
coach.
I
They
gotta
not
I
even
gotta
doing the
I gotta
earwax test. Remember the old school earwax
anybody
test?
that's online
No,
that
earwax test.
somebody
What's
got a
that?
fucking
The
pink ready
earwax
to
test. Y'all don't know
I'm
what
disrespectfully,
that
missing
is?
that mean you
everything.
ain't shit in your own city. You gotta be
No, I
online
don't.
doing that shit. You ain't shitting your own
I
city.
don't know sex work,
I don't
Prof.
know the earwax
The
test either.
earwax test is when the nigga when we was young, the old school niggas tell you take some earwax out your ear and just
Mhm.
touch the cooch. If she say ouch, that bitch is burning, bro.
What?
That that nigga,
Oh
they not
damn, I
even
don't know
doing
that
that,
one.
nigga.
Hold on,
What
nigga.
are you?
What
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 in the world?
Mississippi remedy is this?
I'm
What
telling you,
in
this
the
what the old school cats used
world?
to tell niggas.
Hey,
That makes no
I'm saying,
sense.
Yeah.
hey, boy, that's a
I'm
old.
calling BS. Let's go
I'm
fight.
talking about that's an old Negro remedy right
They
there.
ain't even doing that, y'all.
That's a
Take
They
fight.
just like
that's a
Fuck
jumping
that.
Negro
on
I'm
test
using
right.
the force.
I'm like, you know what?
and you know what, y'all? They basing it on, oh well, people be going to his page. He got 1,000, 1,200 people be buying his page. So I want to work with him because they all chasing the
They're
dollar.
chasing the bag.
But they don't realize, bro, you can't get no more bags if you fucked up down there. It's
Hmm.
over.
And then you know what? This is one thing.
Hello.
I had learned. When I was younger too. Of course, the corn industry, because we're gonna keep it clean here. The corn industry, is all an act. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those people that work together, they married. I know like a few of them was
Yep.
married. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see them
It's
all
a
at the
circle.
same scene all the time.
It's a circle, like the
Hmm.
professor said.
Yeah.
That's still nasty as fuck because they be giving their wife to like it's they share,
Hey, now
but it's
look,
a
if that's
circle.
what, hey, now look,
Yeah, but a lot of them people ain't us because we culturally
yeah,
conservative. That's why we had juke joints,
Well,
stuff for the adults and stuff for kids.
yeah,
These
well,
Caribbeans, shit. I know a guy from Trinidad about 7 years ago. He told me his mother took him to get a prostitute uh, to end his virginity.
mm,
I thought he was bullshit till I met his mom, and she actually said that shit. I had no, I couldn't even fucking comprehend that
yeah.
shit.
Remember?
No goddamn way my mother would have took me to no goddamn
uh,
prostitute
Yeah, the only
hotel.
but
time we was,
What?
yeah.
That ain't our fucking
But these
culture.
people so game goofy, bro,
Hmm.
that they don't even realize. One of the dirty secrets in Hollywood, being from LA, we hear a lot. Wani, people like us, we hear a lot about that industry. So that everybody got herpes in the industry, and they all know this. They don't even test for herpes
Hmm.
in that industry. They test for HIV. They test for the heavy shit. They don't consider herpes even a heavy hitting disease over there.
That's crazy.
But these OnlyFans people don't even realize it.
Hmm.
They so far out the loop.
Wow.
But shit like this is gonna make the government come in and
And
regulate them.
regulated.
And they're gonna be paying fees and
Hmm.
all kind of shit. They just set themselves up to pay taxes and fees and all kind of shit they hadn't been paying
Oh
because
yeah,
they ain't got no damn sense to put no type of governance on themselves.
oh yeah. And then they gonna, yeah. And
Fucking be
then it's gonna
protected.
end up like, and it's gonna end up like the hub and X videos and all that. Like, yeah, it's gonna end up the same way.
Nigga passed out when
Man,
this
there's
video come
no
out.
goddamn way that something that is as enjoyable as sex with a woman that I'm gonna fucking die from.
Hmm.
Hell
Yeah,
no. We both getting fucking tested and we both showing our fucking results. If you can't go with that, then ain't nothing
yeah.
for you.
I always had a motto. I want to die in it, not from it.
Hello.
You're right. Oh boy,
Mhm.
in Private Benjamin that died in the pussy, bro.
You feel
It's a
me?
goddamn
Yeah,
shame.
we we've all made mistakes, when you're younger, but
Nah,
when you
I ain't never had nothing.
Hmm.
Nothing. Fuck that.
I'm telling.
I don't know what
yeah,
I'm Generation X.
Hey man, you
Nah.
get some feta cheese
You
on
can
that
barely
salad, you keep it
you
up.
I'm telling you, boy. Hey, I come from an era where I keep condoms for the women in my dreams, boy, because I be scared. I'm talking about, boy. And then like you had them like growing up in Atlanta, high school in Atlanta. Man, I'm talking about. I'm a junior in high school. At least three girls in my classes was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like they was in there hunching. You know what I mean? And so,
But
yeah. Atlanta's
but
different.
but, but
I
I'm
moved.
telling you, Professor,
I
you
recently moved to
you would
Atlanta.
have been surprised at how many foreign flags was in that room was about 900 deep at one time. And I would say 90% of the motherfuckers was foreign flags. They just throwing
I
shit
believe it.
left or they throwing diseases left and right in that
mm,
motherfucker,
oh
man.
yeah.
Hey, did y'all
Hmm.
see that African that was spreading fucking HIV? around the country, and Obama
Which one?
passed some type of fucking executive. I'm gonna put. I got everything that I talk about. I got it in the pinned tweet. I got like over 1,000 tweets, but I'll find it and put it up in
Yeah,
the
I
purple
clip
pill.
from that room. I'm gonna have to go back and cut it up and bring and post it.
Yeah.
I have a
I
question.
last time I went to Africa, I had a it was a prostitute sat at the table with me and my wife, giving me a
Man,
proposition.
what's crazy is I've never been to Africa. I wanted to, but now y'all really making me like have all these second thoughts.
Come on, man, get you some $2 pussy,
No,
baby. You
it's
can't
dude, it's
beat that.
beautiful. Like you should
Just
go.
starting
It's very
South
beautiful.
Africa.
Like people,
My homeboy said they got STDs over there that you ain't never even
yeah,
heard
because I
of,
really
Don't
like
and
I
he lived
really
in
don't
South
yeah
Africa for 2 years.
yeah because I really
don't
do
have
want to. I
sex.
really
Just visit the country.
yeah I really do want to check the
Yeah,
continent.
don't have
Now I ain't
sex. Don't
having
do
no
that.
sex out there, but I do really want to go check out the continent. I wanted to check out a couple of countries. I wanted to check out Ghana, South. Yeah, I
Ghana's
want to check
gorgeous.
out
Make
Ghana,
trying to get
South Africa.
gonorrhea.
Hey man, hey man.
That's what the eggs will smell like.
That ain't right.
Hey man, like I said, I'm just trying to go over there, just look at some
That was
stuff,
rough.
see if I can ride a camel or two. You know what I'm saying? I want to check out some of the different food over there. You feel me? That's it.
Mhm.
Probably even get to see what type of board games what they got over there. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to
Go
be
there.
cultured. I still want to. I've been out of the country a couple times. I want to go back out again. So yeah, but boy, yeah, all that, yeah, just going over there, just hunching over there. Nah, I'm cool. I'm good on that. We just gonna, yeah, we just gonna look
Them
at.
white boys over there doing it
Oh, they
and
love
getting
me.
all kind of
Yep.
diseases and
You
stuff
got
and
one running
bragging
around this
about it.
app right now. What's his name? King
Yeah, he
made
said,
something.
yeah, he talking about
What's he
the king
doing?
of Kentucky, or king of Kenya, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he's a king in Kenya. He said.
But he from Kentucky. Get your goof ass on out of here, boy.
That makes sense. That's the kind of person they would make a king.
He said
Some
he can't wait to get back.
Kentucky ass fool.
I'm telling you. Yeah, man, I'm from Kentucky. I went over here to Kenya. They just fell in love with me. I became a king over here. Well, yo, stupid. But
They like light skin.
I'm tell
Well, Kenyan women
Yeah.
marry more white men than anybody on the continent.
Mm,
that's
damn, they
insane. I
love
never
them.
knew that.
They love them.
Yep.
Yeah, they can't get enough. When I was at Ghana, we went to this beautiful, beautiful fucking place called Apaso. And like it looked like Avatar. I got magical pictures and I'm gonna sell pretty soon of some currency out there. I picked my wife a flower off a tree. We walk around at 2 o'clock in the morning. And the flower lit up like a fucking it was bioluminescent.
Oh
It lit
wow.
up. Um, yeah, I got a picture of that shit. But anyway, and none of my scientist friends had ever heard of anything like that. But anyway, my point of bringing that up is in this beautiful area, it was like a little hut where they were having a party, and wasn't nothing up in there but white boys and African girls. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. They love them white boys
Mm-mm.
over there. They get a lot of play. And the men over there love FBA women, man.
I
I had to
believe it.
like almost get in a fight. I was fucking with my wife and the other dude with me. They were trying to fuck with her wife. I had a dude tell me, hey brother, your wife got a nice ass." I
Who
just started
said that?
laughing. I was like, "Yeah," he said that shit to me. Like he said, "Your wife has a nice ass." I said, "I know,
Why
it's
I
would
know.
mine."
I'm
you
gonna hit it
let
later.
him
That's
know
what I
all
tell
that?
them. Shit, I be on. Hey, I be on.
They have no couth.
Yeah, don't say that shit in broad daylight.
Hey,
Life is cheap in Africa, nigga. I would have gave somebody $5
Yeah,
to knock the nigga out and just kept walking.
Pretty much.
yeah, I heard. Yeah, yeah, I
yeah, I
heard.
wouldn't.
I heard our money goes a long way outside of different places. I see both of y'all. Hey, hold on. Why?
No, no
Yeah, why
cap.
is my son and my cousin trying to creep up on me? I seen both. They. First of all, hold on one second, y'all.
Practical joke.
Gotcha.
Practical joke, and you
They got him. I love it. Yeah, but if you can hear me, brother, in Ghana, the money's called a
Yeah,
CD. That's the name of the currency. And CDs are for every dollar bill you get 11 CDs. So $100 turns into 1,000, a little over $1,000. So I was buying all kinds of shit over there. So that's one good thing about Ghana is you can buy a whole bunch of shit for a little
well,
bit, and they got nice shit
what
over
did
there.
you
They got real
buy?
nice stuff.
Give me an example of your shopping spree.
I bought a briefcase that's badder than a motherfucker. I'm gonna put a picture of it in the jumbotron. it has a the picture of the picture of God. But like I take this shit
You
around
got
and
a white
everybody
boy
like,
on there?
no, that's funny, Wani. No, 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 no. Before all that, that's funny though. That's clever. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm about to put in a jumbotron. It's just a kind of a jacked up picture, but you can kind of use your imagination to see the rest of it. So this a whole briefcase I used to carry when I had cases in court, and the white people would run up to me. Wow, where's that from? They want to know everything, you
Ooh,
know.
nosy.
Like they
Professor, have you ever got into the mythology of the Yoruba people with Papa Legba and all of that shit?
Do you have a, are you an authority on it so we can do a room about it?
Well, I was just asking him. I studied a
Oh,
little
I
bit
want to.
before, but they get into
We need
prostitution and
to.
everything within their
We need to do
mythology.
that. We need to do that,
I don't know
Diane.
much about it. I just know that allegedly the Yoruba or Yoruba, however you say it, was somehow related. Well, some people say it was related to the Egyptian spiritual system, but I got some books on it, but I haven't had time to really read through them.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's why I don't know.
Oh, that's dope right there, Professor.
I'm gonna have to go back into it because I studied it a little bit a few years ago. I got to go back into it though.
Yeah, pick out one of their religions and we'll discuss it.
Sound like a good idea.
Nah, I gotta get out more.
Yeah, but I would advise you, brother Char, if you go to they're gonna tell you this too, but I'm gonna drive this point home like a motherfucker. If you go to Ghana or West Africa, only drink bottled water, and I would be real careful. Everything you eat, I would make sure that shit is cooked, cause all of our stomachs was fucked. I mean, we was so sick, man. Like I thought, I was sure at one point I had malaria, I had such a good time. That's just how beautiful Ghana was. Had such a life changing experience that I was sick as a dog and didn't give a fuck. I was like, you know what? I can get sick again for this. I learned so much. Yeah, I had a good time, and it wasn't for the people, because the people in the city were just rotten. Like they felt they were Europeanized, driving Mercedes Benz and wearing Gucci and
Were you
shit.
in a crowd?
And then, yeah, hell yeah, no, what's the name of that shit? The fancy neighborhood is called Apaso. Yeah, they real like competitive, like you could feel jealousy and but I did fall in love with the people in the jungle. So I would really try to get to know somebody from Ghana to go with them. We went with somebody who's a dignitary who took us to the places, the untouristy stuff. I saw a fucking ghost. That's no shit. I got evidence. I got a fucking picture of a ghost. Um, like yeah, like it was just I can't even begin to explain how we walked to a goddamn a waterfall. It was like 11 miles there and 11 miles back. Like, I'm glad they didn't tell us how far away it was, because I wouldn't have did it. But when we got there, it was the biggest waterfall I've ever seen in my life. And brother with me had bumps on the back of his neck. Some brothers get haircuts and get razor bumps. We went swimming in the waterfall. His razor bumps healed. I cut my foot on the trail walking there, and I got in the water and my foot healed. It's
Was it
magical,
salt
man.
water at all?
Not at all.
Hold
Wow.
on, Professor. What and
I
where was this
mean,
you was at again? I'm sorry.
right on the border of
Oh,
Togo in
oh
Ghana.
wow.
That other side of the waterfall was Togo.
Mm,
This is what I noticed. You can go to some of the dumpiest places and they'll have some really beautiful thing that, you know,
like
justified you being there.
like I remember when I had went to Jamaica. I was about 17. Like Jamaica's beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I went there, like it was gorgeous. I went to both sides. I went to Montego Bay and I went to Kingston. I went on a mission trip. This was like when I was real heavy in the church, and I had raised, yeah, the
Church.
church, yeah, I was real heavy in there, and I went on a mission trip out there for 10 days, and I'll never forget it. I went to Ocho Rios, Spanish Town, Montego Bay, Negril, and Kingston. I went all through the place, and Portmore. So, but probably the most beautiful place I went to was Dunn's River Falls. If anybody doesn't know about this place, like it's gorgeous. You can actually climb this waterfall. Like it's all natural, but they have like little pools and slides and stuff. When you climb this waterfall, it's like got natural little pools and stuff you can chill in. I done slid in there, jumped off one of the cliffs. I still got the mark on my ankle from when I went off the cliff. So like it's beautiful out there though. But hey, like yeah, when you know it's gorgeous. That's why I say I definitely want to go out and see this world. I'm glad my son is doing it too. His mom took him to the Bahamas a couple of years ago, so I actually plan to. He doesn't know this, but probably before he starts high school, I think we're gonna go to Japan. I'm gonna take him to Tokyo. I want to take him to that Nintendo world out there, that Super Nintendo world in Tokyo. Yeah, I think that.
I just put some
Uh,
I just put some pictures in the jumbotron if y'all want to look at it. Like just how fucking beautiful. Like the area where I saw a ghost. Like y'all think I'm bullshitting, but I sent Wani the picture. I'm a copyright. I'm gonna sell the picture, but that's why I'm not putting it in jumbotron. But if you look at that shit. That whole area looked like Jurassic Park. I'd never seen anything. I've traveled all across the world. I've never seen anything like it. That's the waterfall, the third picture, and if you zoom into that picture and look on the left of the waterfall, you see a lot of little dots on that rock. Those were gigantic fruit
oh
bats.
wow,
Just so when we were there, like I said, it was right about 11 miles to hike. It was a fucking long hike. I mean, part of the pathway had gigantic ants running, and they were like, "All right, now stomp your feet." Like we had to stomp our feet for like a mile because ants were everywhere. Ants bit my wife up. But when we got there, we heard boom, boom, crash, crash. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, oh, it's a thunderstorm. So this gigantic thunderstorm hit while we were at the waterfall. And if you look at the waterfall, it intensified. It got as big as it is in that picture, it got about 10 times bigger. I thought we were going to drown. Like it was, that experience was wild, man. That water I'm in, I wore fucking polo pants like an idiot. But I cut my foot, put my feet in it, it healed my cut. Like that started to make me think that the Europeans are poisoning our water because I think natural water will heal you. You know what I'm saying? Because Europeans ain't got shit to do with that waterfall. That's in the middle of nowhere. If you look at the other picture with the palm trees in the mountains, that waterfall is way off over there in those mountains. So it's wild, man.
man. You know what? A lot of the places that are uncharted and are untapped have the most healing power. That's what I've noticed. A lot of uncharted places and a lot of places that are untapped have the most healing power. Because, like I said, it ain't like you know what I'm saying. It ain't been corrupted. You know.
Right.
So like, you think about like all the like hell, we can't. It's illegal in some states out here to collect rainwater, and I see why. Because hell, all of the toxins that's put in the air out here.
Right. It'll give
I'm
you
telling
cancer.
you. Like, and it's crazy. Even if you boil and filter rainwater, it still might be a problem out here. But if you go, like you said, you go out there to Togo, and it's a thunderstorm, you could probably drink that water straight from the sky.
Man, well, check this out. We went to Costa Rica. That shit's beautiful too. I mean, Costa Rica was almost as beautiful as Africa, but it was just Africa, West Africa was just something real pure about it. Like a lot of that West Africa hadn't been touched, especially in the jungle. Ain't nobody touched that
Right.
shit. But Costa Rica's kind of it was just drop dead gorgeous, but it was kind of becoming colonized. But we went to a waterfall in Costa Rica, and one of the regrets I had in that waterfall in Togo, the picture I got, is that I didn't drink that water. Because I was thinking about, man, I was like, if that healed my foot, like if I would have drank that, that shit probably would have made me like, I knew it would have did something good to my body, but I got sick from eating food, so I didn't want nothing in my mouth. But when I went to Costa Rica, I just said fuck it, and I put my head up under the waterfall and drank that water, and that was the best tasting water. That shit tastes almost like Fiji water or Evian. Like it tasted so good, and it energized me. Like on the walk back home, I was like, oh, like energized like a motherfucker. So we're being poisoned
And
by
then
our
you got
water.
Professor,
So
did you notice in Ghana how they cook the hell out of the chicken? I mean, they cook it hard and dry on purpose.
so you don't get sick.
And it's like jerky. Yeah, it's like yeah. Well, I didn't get sick while I was there, but I also made sure I was careful about where I ate. And always drank bottled water and buying drinks. Don't get ice because the ice they use is not bottled. So you got to be careful with that too.
I got fucked because some people got sick. I learned from vicariously. And she just got sick. I'm not gonna get sick. So I didn't drink the water. I didn't eat, what made me sick, I think, is I went to the hotel Kiki and I took a shower and that shower water got in my mouth. It was either that or I ate some fruit that had been washed off with faucet water. I was sick for man. I'm telling y'all, I had a protozoa or some shit that had me fucked up for months.
Did you go to the doctor or did they just tell you to deal with it?
I'm really funny about doctors. So my wife's a doctor, so she kind of like watched me a little bit. But yeah, I dealt with it. I don't trust doctors because they don't be knowing what the fuck they talking about. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Like I don't trust medical doctors.
Yeah,
I
I
trust like
avoid them.
herbal people.
Yeah, I avoid them at all costs. I only go to
Every time I
emergency.
go, it's like it's a bill, and then they don't
They
help me.
never help.
Like
I have not been helped in years. Not
right,
since I was a child and I had strep throat, and they said, this is for strep throat. Take this. But usually they just don't even know what's wrong with you.
yeah, and they got some type of fucking nasty ass attitude. Like medical doctors need to take a course in
Mhm.
customer service because you fucking work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
They're like
I get
Chinese
attorneys being
Nazis.
jerks. Yeah,
They
it's
don't
part of
get
it.
it.
Part of being a lawyer is being a jerk. But like doctors, I mean, you're dealing with people who are compromised. Like you're embarrassed, you're hurt. Like have some compassion. Like it's an arrogance with medical doctors in the U.S. that this turns me off,
They do
man.
act better in Europe, but they don't have any bedside manner, and importing all of these ignorant third world people, they never had bedside manner to begin with, so it's not going to get better.
Right. So our sister Truth Stacia just said something about the food being overcooked. I wanted to give you a. I thought that was funny. I'm gonna show you. I took picture of our food when we someplace we went to eat in Ghana, and it's a fish right there and some rice. Somebody said that fish look African. Look at the fish's face. It does have an African little face. But if you look at the lamb on the right, look how hard it's been cooked. She's right. It's like they cook it till it's jerky. Like I didn't. It was not good. And those little balls wrapped in plastic. That's called fufu. And I thought that was nasty. It's almost like mashed potatoes, but it's made out of something else. I thought it was nasty. I lost my
Pounded.
appetite over there. Really. Pounded what?
Mm, I forget. No, no, that's something
It
else.
was it was nasty. Like ugh. That- that's one of the reasons why I realized that something was different about foundational Black Americans because of food. Now, I got family all like most of us all across the United States. My grandmama, my daddy from DC. Still got family members in DC. I kind of grew up in DC slick because I spent my summers there as a child. But the food in DC and the food in Alabama, where I'm from, there's a similarity. Even though the foods are totally different. In DC, they eat crabs. They got their Maryland crab and potatoes type thing. And in Alabama, we got collard greens and cornbread, that type of thing, chitlins, but it's a similarity. It's a seasoning. It's like, oh yeah, this is black food. But when I got to Africa, I was like, I don't know what this is. This is not familiar. They didn't cook anything like us.
Goulash.
The only thing,
They didn't even
yeah, it was.
cook
I
the
don't know what.
onions.
I don't know what to say. It wasn't good. Some of it looked good, and then I bit into it and was like, oh
Did somebody
no,
say goulash?
Yeah, I heard the goulash.
What?
Yeah, nothing but goulash.
It wasn't good. What was good was the only thing I had over there that was good. Gonna sound nasty to y'all. It was a smoothie with goat milk, honey and goat milk. That shit was badder than a motherfucker. I took a risk and drank it, and it was like fucking delicious. It was different. Buck, what you got?
You from Bama, Professor? Roll Tide.
Yeah, yeah. Roll Tide. I don't really follow football, but I'm more of an Alabama fan than Auburn. So Roll Tide. Are you from Alabama? Oh, did I
Born and
break up?
raised.
What part?
Mobile.
Mobile. Okay, okay. I be fucking with no cap. I like no cap shit. I think no cap's from Mobile, isn't he?
Yeah, maybe I don't mind his shit.
Yeah, I was rocking him the other day. I like that yacht song. There's a rapper named No Cap from Alabama that's just very talented. He don't get a lot of press for some reason. I don't understand why, because he's very talented. What you got on topic? Did Obama scapegoat black men? You there, Buck? He
Oh,
probably lost
did
connection.
Obama fucking scapegoat black man? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with what y'all kind of fucking saying, like with kind of how he's like talking down and shit.
Oh, okay. Are both your parents? Where are your parents from?
Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, your mom and dad, both your parents black.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. This is interesting. Me and Tariq Nasheed are from the same. Damn, we're really from the same neighborhood. So it's something about being from Birmingham. It's a cultural thing because my mama used to do it, but we listen to the way we're really in tune with the way people talk, and you can tell where people are from. It's very uncanny, hard to explain, but yeah, something in your accent is giving me something else. I hear some Alabama, but it's something else going on. Maybe like you got a white parent or something. I can hear a little bit about that, but I'm gonna let it alone. Um, we're about to close the space, ladies and gentlemen. I've enjoyed y'all. But I wanted to end on this. Did Obama scapegoat black men? From what he said and the evidence that I almost called you Dr. Welsing, that Welsing presented, um, I think so. And I want to end with Isabel Wilkerson. She says a scapegoat caste has become necessary for the collective well being of the caste above it and the smooth functioning of the caste system. So, in order for the United States to function in the racist caste like system functionality that it contains, you need an underclass. You need somebody to be at the bottom. It's the old royalist system of king, queen, nobles, knights, serf, peasant. You need a peasant class, right? And foundational black Americans have been identified as the peasant class, even though we knock people over the head and say we not. They want us to be down there. And it's my opinion, given the evidence that we were presented by Obama, that he's working for that caste system to try to put black men's in bottom caste, which is going to backfire on him because I think what he did with those comments was wake our sisters up and make our sisters realize that it's not a joke, it's not a cop out. Black men are really held down to the bottom. It always backfires on these jokers. I enjoyed y'all, and y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.